I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Miles past, turning back, found my track, face the fact, she a cold one. Never gonna settle for none, stay up every night till I won. Don't want a slow rise now, I'm confident opulence isn't a long ride out. When I look back now, I'm astounded. A quiet boy from old age, but always felt the world was a stage, yeah. I celebrate one last late night, my old life ain't staying.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
I'm headed to LA, I'm headed on my way, I'm headed on my way to LA, headed on my way soon,
Couple thousand miles, throw it on the dash. Shit, 10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you, it's silence. Thought I'd have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign, yeah. Had to remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah.
made for the fight, for the pain and the climb, tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime, race against time. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
They told me go to what you love. I never knew what that was, but even when I make time, I think of all I've given up. I wish it wouldn't be so hard, 'cause you're the one that gets slighted. You say I don't make time for anyone, and you ask my mind is occupied. It's hard to vent, I understand. Have you ever lost someone, but know that there was more? I don't wanna be tied, hanging by your side. I don't wanna be tied, tethered to my pride. Hate to waste your time. Go and live your life. It's something that I've felt for so time. But as a moment Valentine go by, safety nets are overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong, just looking for some solid ground. So I
La 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 la. Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down, I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom. Cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it. No problems. Let you in but you out. Sing it. No problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems.
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil and I'm let it loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal, I never lose. I'm bulletproof.
It's destiny, it's fate.
just another one.
Think you've seen it all? With Face It Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Face It points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, face it.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining us back here on ESL. My name is Neokai, of course. Today joined by Fearless, a rare time that we get to work together. So first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, today is an exciting day as we approach the final ends here of the group stage. And we got a rematch here, which is going to be a lovely time of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, both of these sides are in, I would say, wildly different periods of their life in the Counter-Strike world. You've got this ex-Aurora side, a hell of a lot of experience there. A side, of course, who have been actually kind of right to the top in terms of the tier 2, but unfortunately, all of about a week ago, have lost their organization. Now, if you're Aurora, I kind of can't blame them. If Eternal Fire's on the market as an entire team, fair enough, you pick them up, right? This is a side that are top 5 in the world right now. And then you got the flip side of Spirit Academy with a bunch of young players who are on the way up, but a lot of them, of course, especially Kaisuke, are touted as, you know, the next up and the next donk, as some people have been saying. So two teams, vastly different positions of their career.
Absolutely. You know, we compare a team as well with players who are like 16, 17 years old, who are still in school and everything, who are trying to combine this and trying to, you know, make the best out of it. But they are doing a pretty damn good job. And if we're going to be taking a look at a couple of these players, we have a lovely head-to-head going on between Griggs and Kyosuke. Tell me, Neo, what do you think of these two players? What makes them so good?
Well, interesting enough, if you talk about players at the moment who are considered sort of the best in tier 2, these two are easily both within the top 5. Kaisuke maybe is kind of being touted as the number 1 right now. A lot of teams looking towards him, of course. There's this rumor that's come out in the last few days that Falcons are interested in him as well. So, you know, a lot of respect being put on his name, and I think rightfully so. He is an incredibly talented rifler. On the flip side, Grix is probably one of, if not the best AWPer that we've got in tier 2 at the moment, and also very, very young. And funnily enough, with Modesty being rumored to go towards G2, Grix is being rumored to go towards, Modesty going towards Falcons from G2, Grix is sort of being rumored to take his place, potentially long-term. So this is a player with a hell of a lot of talent. These two, I would say at the moment, it's those two and Molodoy are the 3 at the moment, the big 3 of like the best up-and-comers in tier 2. And it's actually sick that we get them head-to-head. Of course, different positions, different players, one's a rifler, one's an AWPer, but both are of the utmost importance when it comes towards impact.
Absolutely. No, my eyes last time around when these two teams faced each other, my eyes were definitely going to be on Griggs. You know, this is this young player, super sort of like formable still. He is super flexible and adjustable, and I really like that about him. So honestly, not surprised with the GT rumors going around, but you know, not too certain yet, because Patsy did put a tweet out saying that they are still playing together and they are sort of like wrapping up stages with finding a new org. So maybe G2 is not going to be in the mix. Maybe they are just going to stick together as a 5-man. Because honestly, I do like their chemistry. And yeah, maybe the results of what we have been seeing the past couple of months, maybe it wasn't it for the organization. But I can still see the potential in this team.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely as well. We've got the veto as well to bring you. We're flying over the map, so that generally means we're going to get it to start off. It's going to be Train, which I'm very excited to see ex-Aurora picking in towards that one. Ancient going to follow it up, and if we need it, we've got Mirage as that decider. Now, interesting as well, I got to cast ex-Aurora with that win yesterday. They looked pretty solid. It has to be said against Copenhagen Wolves. They picked in towards a nuke, and that was actually the shakiest map of the two. So they've gone for a bit of a change up here. I think it's the right call. This is a map in which I think they're still trying to get to a position of being really comfortable for them. Train, though, a good chance at really flexing their muscles. And aside, of course, I do a lot of prep and a lot of work into kind of really being solid. Being at the new map in the pool, I think this is a perfect time to really kind of showcase the youngsters and say, have you got what it takes to sort of take on us, ex-Aurora, who, at one point were considered basically the best or one of the best teams in Tier 2.
Absolutely. No, I'm super excited actually for this veto because it's an exact rematch of the free maps they picked and banned last time. So it's got to be exciting to see how they've adapted now that we're sort of like 2 weeks later. Because last time, if we're going to be talking about Train, the first map that we've got going on, last time I was thinking, or predicting, it was more so a bit of a punish pick because it's a map that Spirit Academy kind of like to ban, and Aurora picked into it. So I was like super confident Aurora was gonna take the first map relatively easily, but it deemed a very tough job, got into overtime. Eventually they did clutch it out, but overall in the entire best of 3 they ended up struggling. So we're gonna have some food for thought here and see how they've adapted since the last time they faced each other.
Yeah, well, we are live. Let's get this show on the road. I'm very much looking forward to this. I haven't casted the Train in a little while as well. It's been a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one on the docket. But the Spirit Academy starting on that CT side. Ex-Aurora on the T side to kickstart our series here. There's a lot on the line here, Veerless, too, right? You lose this, you're out. It's as simple as that, but you win and you move forward throughout in towards playoffs.
Exactly. This is all that they've been fighting for. Both of them being sort of in the upper bracket in this part of the group. Got dropped down to the lower part, and now they have to fight to stay alive. First kill here is a fact. Spirit Academy with a tiny lead, but it is ex-Aurora that is swiftly on the way to head towards B side. So far, a bit of a fight on the side, but they do end up sweeping those CTs away, stalling them for a little bit. But, the wipe comes on through. All 3 fall. Sure, it's a bomb plant, but the win will go to Spirit.
Yeah, Money in the Bank, I think, is something that you'll take here a lot if you're ex-Aurora. Just getting that bomb plant down, even in the round, really doesn't amount to basically anything. It helps in a massive way. We're talking about where you're now sitting here and saying, okay, we can force swipe back in, we can bring Galils, Mac 10s, and all the rest, and we can sit here and not feel that much pressure. That's sort of the main thing you're thinking. But like you said, Spirit Academy, them, round win. That's really going to help things out here for you. So, all in all, a nice start. And of course, if Spirit Academy are able to put a lot of pressure on here and towards map number 1, it does make this veto very interesting. Ancient's always been quite a strong part of the map pool for the Spirit Academy side. It's something that we've seen a lot of the likes of not only Kaisuke, but I actually got to give a bit of a shout out to Robbo. I actually think the IGL towards his side, he looks really solid on this map individually. So, if they're able to steal away Train, ex-Aurora could be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, especially considering how last time the turn of events went. And I'm curious to see, though, how Spirit Academy will adapt here on this CT side. Getting a bit of an early head start might really benefit them. They really did struggle last time on that CT side, only getting 3 rounds in regulation. Now, we'll have to say it ended up going to overtime, so ex-Aurora didn't really do much better on their own respective CT side. But who knows? So far, trying to put pressure up on those Ts with, of course, forced weaponry. Going for a bit of a look into Ivy. Did make a bit of contact, but keep them at bay for the time being.
Yeah, just another minute to work with. Clax for a double. And onto back as well, as Norvi will fall. 3 versus 4. Clax is down to just shy of half with the bomb on his back. He needs to be a little careful. He's going to go support the rest of the crew who are actually already out towards their site. And the issue is now, you know, Kaisuke's barely alive. You've got Cypher in a spot where he actually can't do that much in terms of impact. The interesting thing is Kaisuke wasn't being held for there, so he could have actually found a gap, and he will. Gets his kill, moves around as well. Kaisuke looking to isolate, but Grix is there. Cypher, all that's left in a 1 versus 2. They should have a pretty good idea of where he is, and the Deagle will close it. Nice response from ex-Aurora.
They got almost a bit too close for comfort there with a couple of kills all of a sudden getting in, but they keep their cool, and I think especially there the information obtained on Cypher's position that really helped. So they work together, play the numbers game, and they strike back. So that's a bit of a punishment here, and of course maybe what's to be expected with that force buy. Now we're gonna see if ex-Aurora can keep it clean, if they can convert it or not, because on the flip side, now Spirit Academy got Deagles of their own.
Again, he's spamming through this smoke. They're actually just waiting for him to run out of ammo. That's so well played. Robbo gets sent in. Cypher with a fantastic flash. That's a perfect way to just give yourself a little advantage. Galil scooped up. Morphy. Right idea, though. Robbo going to get caught to an instant response, and that Galil getting no favors in this round.
Yeah, that's in such a tricky spot to recover now as well. He was all playing by himself. Swarmed by T players. Oh, wow. Okay. Lovely 1D. So maybe we don't have to count Spirit Academy out of this round just yet. And immediately you see ex-Aurora being very precise of clearing out this site, making sure that there's no more bodies that are going to be dropping.
It's smart. Just a bit of due diligence. Nice shot from Kaisuke up close. AK now scooped up to Norby. Got a clear close side. He does. In towards Connector, but he can't win the fight. Mokajin will punish on towards Norby. That's a bad way to lose. And now collects into a 1v4 turned 1v3. Finds the first. For the second as well. He's got a lot of angles to clear and not a lot of time in that range. Kaisuke closes it out. What a response back by Spirit Academy.
Yeah, individual firepower there is. Like, honestly, that was a lesser buy than ex-Aurora had on their force buy. This was just a bit of upgrade of pistols, not a whole lot of util. You know, you mentioned that flashbang earlier, which was perfect to get that first opener, and kind of all spiraled down from there. And honestly, a lot of situations where I thought ex-Aurora should have gotten the kill, they had the Galils, the AKs, and it just didn't work out. The aim battles being won by Spirit, and the punishment continues.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, we do get a force buy back in here. And it's working well. Grix for 2. So very quickly, both of the players that we highlighted, immediate impact. Grix are double here. Kaisuke 6 and 2. I mean, both of them have been influential in the rounds 1, respectively. But 3 versus 5, and this force buy has actually got a couple of ideas behind it now. Patsy, look at the top, and he gets some information. Flash will come round. Clack's going to find one with the Deagle. Patsy, in a way, he should know there's at least 1, if not 2. I think he saw a bit of util earlier from the ramp players. They should know that both of them are there, but he's just making sure that they haven't quick rotated.
Yeah, the main problem here for Spirit Academy, if they want to get back into this round, they are very much isolated from one another, and I think as soon as that bomb gets planted, it is all done. Yeah, just so much loss done early, in the early phase of the round, that it's super hard to try and recover. You lose that grip across the map. Little information to work with. Now, gotta hope that you can stay alive, even. So there's not a whole lot of cash on the side of Spirit Academy. Mokujin gets spotted. Oh, it's not even able to get that kill up on Patsy.
I mean, they really wanted to be keeping that AK. Robbo will get as a consolation. Patsy might have a little look, but he is pretty low. I think this would be ever so slightly risky. Robbo sticking around Norby on the other side. He somehow survives. I'm getting spammed as well. Doesn't fall flat. Thank God. A moment there that was feeling like it could have been a little funky, but 2-all. A response back as well, and this is a pretty wild start to this game. Not how I was expecting it to go. Back and forth, neither side really taking too much control in the early set, and neither side can get any sort of consistency right now.
No, economy is pretty much non-existent at this point. Maybe if ex-Aurora get another round in here, get those back-to-back rounds, maybe that could change the game a bit. But still, they are very much on edge. Spirit Academy once again, who need to force 2 rifles on board. We have seen the impact that a double rifle can have on a round.
Yeah. Oh. Spam. I'm not even too sure what that spam's for. I can't say I've ever seen that one before, but doesn't amount to all too much. Kenzie now going to join up with the rest of the pack. It looks like they're going to send Grix out first. At first point of contact, and quite a lot that he has to be done here. Norvi has snuck all the way out A in towards connector, and I mean he's seen absolutely nothing. They've got at the same time no information and loads of information. It's super weird.
You know what's really counting for this middle part of the map? We have 2 players down at Ivy, and the rest, I guess, just trying to hold down the sites. Ooh. Well, I mean, that's one way to try and start off your rotation. So far, though, those Molotovs are not quite helping. Delaying and even tagging a couple of these players. Trying to make the smoke disappear, hope for an opportunity, but at the other side, it's an AK awaiting. Not going to be the easiest of fights to handle, and I think at this point, the further that time continues to tick, the more likely it is that just going to hold out for exits, maybe even trying to defend that 1 rifle now that Robo has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, trying to keep hold of it should be okay. Yeah, actually very well. I get a little gun at the end there. Yeah, AK scooped up. You'll take that at the very least. Your rifle's kept alive, and on top of that, you get another one too. So, silver linings to be taken. But even still, a 3-2 scoreline. It's ex-Aurora who take a lead, and honestly now it's where this lead should be doubled down. We've not got fleshed out cash on the flip side over towards Spirit Academy. Sure, they got that AK scooped up and the rifle saved, but they've not got a lot around it. This should be the round where ex-Aurora build up just some sort of stability.
Yeah, well, goes unnoticed. And B-side is actually going to be empty pretty soon. Cypher abandons it, and they're all going to stack over towards the A-bomb side instead. So this could be very, very dangerous if ex-Aurora decides to get a move on soon. At the same time, though, DCT is just being patient, trying to hope that they have gambled right. But it's going to be a very unfortunate scenario. I think now, with the flashes and the util raining, they have a feeling. But they're taking a long way around, and even actually, I think they might just save.
Yeah, I think it's honestly the right call here. Even in that, the small case where you're like Mockajin, for example, just keeping hold of the armor, it's just not worth the reinvestment. Money's obviously being quite fickle. I say that though, they are grouping up here, so maybe an upper brown holes pop late in towards the round potentially. I mean, I can't see them by any means winning it. No smoke, no kit feels completely unlikely. So this looks like to me a play for exits and hoping that some guns come their way. However, they're not exiting out that direction. They're going towards Alcarin. He has got a 5-7, which is pretty good at the best of times, but to stay alive here feels kind of unlikely. He's going to get spammed down as well.
Oh.
Batsy drops him. It's only the one concentration kill, and at least it's not one of the guns. It's one of the 5-7, so it's not the end of the world. Now is where Spirit Academy needs to respond. Alcarin going to go in towards an AWP. We've got rifles across the board. This is a good spot.
Exactly. This feels like the first sort of like fair and equal round since we've started out on this map. Both teams got an AWP on their side. So I'm curious to see what that battle is going to be like, because Greg certainly is a player to look out for. And at the same time, Alcaran, maybe last time around when these two teams faced each other, was a bit quiet. But
Yeah.
gotta wait and see what he can deliver. Already Griggs, though, has got in the opener over towards Ivy. So far, so good. Ex-Aurora tried to put pressure up on Spirit Academy and maybe continue to add more dents into their armor.
Yeah. Well, it's honestly one of those where, like we said, those impact players, Griggs and Kaisuke, really make a big difference. Obviously, both of them are absolutely flying so far. 6-2 for Griggs, 7-2 for Kaisuke. So far, so good. Flashbang thrown in towards the heaven area of Upper Brown Halls, and it's all just a bit of a ruse right now. There's no play brewing, but you can see it sort of worked. Look at the rotation they've baited up. It's a triple stack B. If we think about a default setup of what trade normally looks like on the CT side, you normally just leave one player anchoring B. So they've really kind of pulled them over towards that B site. You can see them now starting to pull away, but if ex-Aurora make their move now, they're still, I've got a couple of steps up. They have managed to make their way back towards A now. So that ruse was sort of all for nothing. And we're under 30 seconds. The time is of the essence. We got to make a move. That's not a good flash from Patsy. That's a good shot from Alcaran, however. Time ticking, sub 20 seconds. And we're still struggling to get out on towards the site. Spam. Through in towards connector. Griggs going to deliver. Robbo up close as well. Could be the difference maker. Gets one, gets down. Time ticking. Clacked. Surely going to get denied. And he isn't denied of the bomb plant, but he is the round. Ex-Aurora just too indecisive in that round for me.
Absolutely. No, this was a round where all their util was up, but they still had so little information. And I guess they really liked the courage there to go out together to clear out the site. Kind of like hesitant as to who goes out first.
Yeah.
Like they had their opener as well. So you have that player advantage and then you still hesitate. Maybe overthinking the scenario with how little of the CTs they had seen across the map. But still, you gotta make a game plan. You gotta go for it, because it could cost you some very valuable rounds. Because at the end of the day, you know, again, Spirit Academy had a bit of a brittle economy, and now they can still afford a nice buy, get back on the scoreboard, and make it maybe for yourself a bit more difficult. But Clax, on the other hand, though, not quite done with this fight just yet. And again, it is ex-Aurora with the opener.
Yeah, gotta be said, I am continually impressed by ex-Aurora in these opening rounds. Of course, that previous round wasn't super fruitful, but bar that last like 40 seconds where it felt like they were really indecisive, and Norvi, I think calling wise just didn't know what to do in that spot. The mid to late round he really did struggle, but as a whole I actually think kind of the early rounds for ex-Aurora have actually been really solid. And well, so far of course it's again the same. Sypho playing behind that smoke. That is a nice shot towards Patsy, but Norvi up close for the trade, so keeps the numbers in ex-Aurora's favour.
Again, back and forth it will go. As soon as Spirit Academy get a kill, ex-Aurora have been able to strike back, but now it is a 2-on-2. But positions have been noted. Oh, and now we end up with a 1v1. Oh, the nade was perfect, and eventually it's the AK to clean Alcaran up, who needed to get away, get into a new position to hope to get a shot with the AWP. Oh, but that is tight. And with that, ex-Aurora do bounce back. So it's just by an inch, but they do manage to do so.
Yeah, exactly. Again, a little awkward and slightly uncomfortable in that round itself, but all that really matters if you're ex-Aurora is you've got the round. That's all that you're honestly sort of caring about in this spot. So we're pretty happy, and we can start again moving forward with building a bit of a repertoire and building a little bit of a lead here. Clax. He really could be called upon here, or this pack could be called upon. It's a triple stack, deep upper brown holes. One flashbang could be everything. And it might actually be Patsy who has to be careful here. One swing and he could be in a lot of trouble. I hope someone's holding for him. If he goes to clear him towards ramp, it's a all 5 stacked up here. Patsy, full blind, will get the first. And hard to back from Alcarin. And of course, no surprises, Kaisuke steps up for one of his own. It's still a little awkward. Robbo has pulled it back into a 1 versus 1. And then Novi on the other side. He could just run A here, though, for the plant if he wants.
And the mind games again. Oh, Novi's actually deciding to go out. Does he know that he's still there?
Oh.
I think both of them have spotted each other. It's honestly, at this point, a little game of hide and seek. Who spots the other first? Who has the lock on the head? Novi's just jumping around. It's like he's toying with his food. Long range has the advantage with the 8k, and eventually it will clean him up.
It's got to be said, it's a chaotic round, but it's one that will take all the same. Looked very awkward for a brief moment, but 6-3, and it will be ex-Aurora who are going to be the ones to call attack pause. Now, I actually don't mind this really at all, and I think it's slightly understandable. Sure, they're in a good spot, and they have actually been, you know, playing some nice rounds and hitting some good shots on the rest, but the issue is that what we've seen in these rounds is the ones that should be easy aren't easy, and they've been indecisive. They've been a little bit kind of questioning themselves. And I think probably the call for this pause is just to sort of say, all right, let's relax. Like, we're winning. We're fine. There's not actually that much pressure. Let's stop kind of panicking a little bit is sort of the issue that we're in at the moment. It really feels like they are quite flustered, if I'm being completely frank. So I think this is a good time to call a pause. Even though you're winning and even though you're doing fine, just to chill out.
Spirit Academy now, though. Got the funds back on the table to buy up, to try again. What is the approach going to be? This time around, the default looks a bit more what we are expecting. 3 on A, 2 then on B. Alcarin going quite deep here with his AWP. Maybe granted a gift as soon as that smoke will fade, which it does, but it's actually Griggs that gets that opener. Again, Cypher waiting on the other side. Good for free. Running out of bullets though. Little panic moment, but is able to throw that incendiary, cause delay, and is still alive. And that's a massive lead here heading into the remainder of this round.
Yeah, for sure. Collecting Griggs, what feels like a nigh on impossible spot for them. I don't know how you make a round like this stick. And of course, now that's all left down to the youngster. With the AWP, of course, we know he's talented, but this would be a big ask. He gets pretty close with that shot, but I think now it's about survival. Can I keep this AWP alive? Can I keep it in play? It's probably going to be very, very unlikely. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's spotted and he's dropped at range by Mokajin. Spirit Academy, may I say, answer back. And again, this is a little bit more like it. This is sort of the level that we want to be seeing out of Spirit Academy, putting pressure on and sort of showing that they themselves obviously have plenty of tricks up their sleeves.
And it kind of all just came down to one anchor player being absolutely solid. And really well positioned, I would say. Like, Alcarin playing that deep, sometimes you then have a player playing more towards connector. So maybe they weren't expecting a player to be that close towards ramp. But at the end of the day, you still need to hit your shots, and that is exactly what happened. So, ex-Aurora, what is their game plan? Again, scattered across the weaponry, a couple of upgraded pistols, a little. Not ideal, but we've seen them, honestly, win rounds with worse. So, I wouldn't be too surprised to want to go in guns ablaze, but... Alright, let's see what their plan then is. They're slowly grouping up again. But really using that timer in their advantage.
Yeah, a little quiet so far. Under a minute once again, and this has been pretty bog standard, if we're being frank, for his ex-Aurora side. They don't do anything in the early part of these rounds, regardless of how good their buy is. A similar sort of vein with where we're at now. Still starting to make a move. 35 seconds, and it's a contact play out A, which I don't hate at all. I think it's Got a lot of validity to it. But it looks like it'll be shut down. 2 quick kills that come through. Robbo gonna answer with one of his own as well. Grix will deliver a shot, but time's still ticking. 20 seconds. Norvi looking to push through in towards Connector. Bomb should be able to be planted here. And they're gonna plant Connector side. Norvi, I hope you're holding for this. Sypho's here. He hits the shot as well. That is quick. Gun picked up, and a shot by Grix. All down to one man. Grix does so much damage. Elevated angle. Norvi closes it. How have ex-Aurora walked away with that one?
Oh, that is dirty. I can't wrap my head around just the confidence in that round. Again, we saw those 2 players sort of like lurking around their bomb plant. Hoping for maybe body block at that point, but no, it is Norvi absolutely destroying those players in Spirit Academy. That is wild, and from the back of that, of course, they get to play with weapons that they then pick up, and it just all spirals from bad to worse. Again, stalling Spirit Academy. Cypher will have to play with a pistol, Robo with an MP9. Alright, well, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. As Robo does get the first kill here, upgrades to an AK, and suddenly, looking to put pressure on, though at the same time, those footsteps were heard, and he might get sandwiched himself. Oh, he didn't spot him. Oh, that is, such unfortunate timing.
Yeah, it is. That's going to hurt a little bit. Just when it felt like you were in a decent spot. Norvi sort of isolated, so what's the call for him right now? What does he want to do in this spot? Sypho was alongside. Got Suke there, and he does get the trade, which is good. Can't get the second behind it. Grix responds. I mean, look at both of the 2 players who highlighted again, right? We keep bringing them up, but they keep shining. Kaisuke not so much in this round, but he's 12-7. Grix 15-7. You can see why they're so highly touted. Wandering in no man's land, Alcron will get caught with his knife in hand by Klax, and it's Mokajin with it all to do. And unfortunately, while he is rapping through A, the bomb's gone B.
Oh, well, never mind that. And with that, it is a 4-8 here in halftime scoreline. Find out with us who's going to win out this half after the break.
but I left my distractions behind. I will be in the meantime, I'll blindfold my pride.
Four to 8 is the scoreline here at halftime. Quite a big lead here for ex-Aurora heading into their own CT side of terrain. So things are looking solid, looking good. But at the same time, last time around, we thought they had it in the bag as well, and it got a little too close for comfort. So we shouldn't maybe count out Spirit Academy just yet. So let's see what they've got going on. Currently making a bit of noise towards B, but calming it down again. And ex-Aurora is actually clearing out Ivy as we speak, so there's a lot of information obtained slowly but surely by those CTs, which could come to bite them quite quickly, because now util will start to drop. Information is present, but the heads start to pop in favor of Spirit.
Yeah, nice work. Honestly, flying around that corner. Norvi going to get caught. Smokagen just make sure they get as much space as you possibly can. That's sort of exactly the way that you want to be playing it. Pretty wild stuff. It's all slotted into place as well. Ex-Aurora left down to Patsy. And no real chance in this one, if we're being frank. It's a 1v4. Make that none. Down he goes to the hands of Mokchin, who started the round, and he closes it too.
Yeah, this was just honestly the aim that was on point on the side of Spirit Academy, because I really thought that ex-Aurora, with a push for Ivy and eventually wrapping around, they had the read on time. They could have gotten that retake down, but Spirit Academy being cautious, and as soon as a kill drops, they had an immediate response. So definitely not done with this fight just yet, but so is Aurora. Because at the same time, we kind of have a repeat of that very first half with a bunch of 4 spies. So now we have a scout and then P9 in the mix. And alright, Klax is the first one here to fall though, but look at the counter damage. Kyosuke is only 9 HP. Needs to be real careful. Maybe Cypher is about to get spotted too.
Yeah, gotta say, don't always love the CT4 spies, if I'm being frank. It's not something that I've been a huge fan of, and generally speaking, doesn't seem to work. Obviously, Robbo has done so well with 2 kills to his name. He should get caught here, and he will. Might even be a second behind it. No. Suke bails out his teammate, and it's all down to Patsy. They're all over the place. Nothing he could do. So it's a 2-round game now as Spirit Academy close the gap, but of course, economy is going to be low. So not really a huge amount that can be sort of offered up here, in honesty. A little bit worrying for ex-Aurora. They're going to lose this league quite quickly. It's going to be down to a 1-round game.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple nades. That's it. Curious to see though where they're going to be throwing them. So probably a calculated play, which is towards main, and honestly, solid damage. Mokujin about half HP, Kyosuke as well, but it is raining yellow in the kill feed once more. Again, good damage that is there. Only a single kill though at the end of it. So this is exactly what you want if you are Spirit Academy. Keep the damage at a minimum.
Yeah. Keep
your weapons there, build up your economy, and stabilize, because that is something that they weren't really able to do in that first half. It was very back and forth, 4 spy after 4 spy from both sides. But now already we see an AWP coming out.
Exactly. Feels at least a tad more sort of doable and feasible, I guess, in this sort of round. It's got to get Grix on board as early as he's so important. A lot of early nade damage. That's really going to help. I'll take that every day of the week. Really softening up Alcaran there. So, early doors. Not going to complain about that too much. Still plenty more to be done. Kenzie, he's already pushed his way in towards main. I kind of love this play. When you get that early main control behind a smoke, you just play behind it and play up close and make it really difficult to actually go for a late play towards A.
Slowing things down now. Grouping up. Bit of force util being thrown here towards that A-bomb site. And now the CTs will get a move on pretty quickly, and I like this because at the same time, Norby has managed to stall those ramp players, and Patsy is there to follow it up. Only a couple kills back. I mean, 2v1, it's not impossible, but the HP is not looking too great. A couple HP and a dream. And up against Kenzie and Griggs, it is not gonna happen. Especially Griggs, who's up on 16 kills already.
Yeah.
Looking great.
They needed that. You know, your first kind of gun round back in, and you need to put that immediate level of pressure right back onto Spirit Academy. So that's really, really well done. That's super, super important. It's going to make life feel considerably better with sort of where we're at. So we'll take that. Question being now for Spirit Academy, what's the response looking like? Of course, we have money for a buy. Alcuin's got an 800p of his own. We've got AKs across the board, bar a couple of those Galils that come through for Cypher and Robbo. But I understand it, right? You're wanting to be bringing a decent amount of utility at the very least to the table. So I think it's understandable. This is a big round. You lose this one, Spirit Academy, and honestly, it could actually start to be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, momentum is going to be everything right now. Because it looked good. Early couple rounds here, getting back into the game. Giving yourself a shot, but still winning this map. Which would be really nice, because last time around, ex-Aurora was still able to cling on to their own map pick. It was a tough battle, but it did win it at the end. A Spirit Academy could really hurt ex-Aurora here. They're going to be stealing that one away, so they hope to do so, but again, these two teams very much at the same level, very much used to one another, and it shows.
Yeah, it's true. They've obviously probably played against each other a hell of a lot, and it, like you said, it is really sort of showing in this spot. Opening kill is always good. Caught by Alcaran, and that's going to give you something to work with in this spot. Still plenty more that needs to be done to convince us about what's going on here. Time ticking, and Spirit Academy just happy to play the clock, not feeling too much pressure, it seems, with where we're at.
Util lining up, smokes are out. But the majority of the CTs are awaiting here on this A-bomb side, but it's to make it free and I'll take it out. But at the same time, kills do come back. Kenzie now with a 1v2. First in a flash, hopes to make his position a little bit more vague. But he's still stuck behind those smokes, and now time will start to tick. Bomb planted, one hit spotted. Ooh. Oh, that's awkward timing. Oh, yikes. He hopes to jump into free territory, but no, Cypher decides he wants to do the exact same thing.
And now, of course, again, back to a spot where we're feeling a lot of, you know, potential hope, really, here for Spirit Academy. I mean, money's now broken over towards the ex-Aurora side. They can't really be buying in towards this one, so all chances are that this should be a pretty simple night to tie up this game for a Spirit Academy, and they're still putting so much pressure on their shoulders. This is a game that's quite rapidly falling quite flat here for ex-Aurora. Norby, don't expect a lot here. He's against a Mach 10, and he's unarmored with a USP. Robbo, a nice double opener. That's money in the back pocket too.
Yeah, not a whole lot that ex-Aurora can do right now. Maybe pray for an exit. I mean, ideally, maybe you want to see if you can do a bit of economic damage. Because Spirit Academy, of course, still in this tough spot. Ooh. Where they're trying to build momentum into the game. But Robo's like, no, I'm gonna farm some cash.
Yeah, just make it look oh so easy. Kenzie gonna get one of his own, but it's only a consolation, and it won't be much more than that. Mokujin sees off the last as Grix will fall. So 9-all. This is what we want to be seeing as well. A very, very good spot that we're in. Spirit Academy put, like we said, a lot more of that pressure back on. The second attack pause is going to be called here by ex-Aurora. The first one they called, and they're 6-3 up, but Some of the rounds they were finding, of course, were pretty worrying. They were just scraping by. This is a position where you're feeling like you've got a decent chance here to actually steal a lead and maybe even steal the map.
Yeah, ex-Aurora with that also thinking for themselves how to keep them at bay, which has not deemed too easy of a job. For both sides, it was typically the CT side, which was the weaker one, so I feel that ex-Aurora, they probably have that pressure that is slowly starting to build as this game goes on.
Yeah, tough position. Time also ticking on ex-Aurora to come back alive. Of course, they've been pretty woefully quiet for a while now and haven't got too much sort of time left back into this before things get awkward. What a time for Clack to step up for 2, though. That's huge. And that'll really alleviate so much of that pressure.
Trying to pick up that bomb, and it's not gonna happen. Not with Griggs around, even on very low HP. He just continues to farm kill after kill after kill. Oh, well, Klax is on a hunt. Will get decapitated. And, of course, that will reveal the position of that last player standing. Griggs just hopes for the final one. Ooh, Kizzy actually goes on even more of a hunt. Switches to the AWP. Maybe he will throw it away. No?
Yeah, a little... Feels unlikely that he'll get away with this being alive here, so... 25 seconds to kill, and Patsy's already sort of pushed through main, so... Probably not going to be long-lived for this one. Kaisuke, right idea. Nice shot as well as he nailed his 25th kill. I mean, he's come alive in a massive way in this second half, and... You know, it was Griggs who was flying in that first half, and Kaisuke is taking this one by the reins. It won't take away from the fact that ex-Aurora were the first side to lock themselves into double digits, but he individually looking fantastic. And an AWP save you'll take every day of the week. They can buy around that. You're okay.
Spirit Academy is able to buy. But again, money looking dire, so pressure continues to build, because if they lose this round, it might just be a walk to the finish line for ex-Aurora.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It would be a tough predicament. Opening kills have been super important in this game, and we've seen as well how big of a difference it's sort of made. And this fight coming through from Pop, that could be everything. Mokajin on one side. Jump it up here, Patsy. It's a little risky. Gets down in time. Flashbang comes round. Just as we were singing his praises, Kaisuke can't deliver. Grit's going to get one of his own too. Kenzie up close. He could get the trade, and he does as Robbo gets found. It's all down to Mokajin, a 1 versus 4 ex-Aurora. Looks like they'll lock themselves into a somewhat stable 2-round lead. He banks round, softens him up just a little bit. I think it should be easy to see this one off, though. And again, it's just about for him, maybe can he save an AK? Can he somehow escape?
Oh, not able to finish that kill, and now gets shot from behind. And again, the scenario I kind of wanted to avoid if you're Spirit Academy. Losing these back-to-back rounds, economy in the bin, and ex-Aurora only 2 rounds away from winning their own map pick.
Pretty wild. Well, 2 rounds away, 2 rounds ahead. And a complete eco for Spirit Academy. So they're actually playing for overtime here. They don't believe that they can get it done. here and now, and they don't think forcing's the right way. I think that is probably the smart call. 1-for-1 trades, but an immediate shutdown through a main. That is beautifully done. And that'll be that in that round. Map point to ex-Aurora. Spirit Academy, while it felt like they were really starting to come back in towards this game, it looks like they've run out of ideas, unfortunately.
We need one hell of a stint now in order for them to get to OT. I mean, last time they did it, right now, the situation where the team is in, it feels like you said, they've run out of ideas. And ex-Aurora is just on top of the game. Kenzie hits a lovely opener there. Again, putting pressure up on Spirit because they need to find answers back. And so far, those smokes, that util, it's not going to be making them easy.
Not at all. But it gotta be now or never. Cypher gets one, but it's an instant trade. He actually needed to get one and get out there, and that makes things considerably harder. That's always gonna hurt. At least enough that we really start to worry a bit now. His time, unfortunately, maybe ran out for this side to get going and get active. Potentially. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it honestly could be the beginning of the end here. 3 left alive. 45 seconds. We're going to go for a B hit. 2 through lower. Orvi spotted them as well. Pop flash rounds. He wants to set himself up, and the flash does pretty well. Can't get any fights here. He re-peeks in. Down goes Alcarin. Looks for a second. Can't deliver. Mokachin with the trade. Still, 2 versus 3. 25 seconds. Robbo on his back in. This is a risky peak. If he loses this fight, this could be everything. And that's information gained. They know the bomb's gone for a connector push. He does cross back, and now he can go for a plant. A bomb will go down. That can't be denied by ex-Aurora, but Klax nails a shot. And it's an all-important one as well. Robbo in a 1 versus 3. Nice tap on towards Patsy Shaw, but it feels very unlikely. He's tapping away, and he's actually somehow managed to get away. Up towards stairs. Might have a bit of a chance here. He needs to hit some insane headshots, and getting tagged like that is never going to help. He went for a fake of the rotate. They're just going to stick the defuse here. Grix, P250 in hand, making sure 13-9. They're made to work for it, but ex-Aurora take their own map pick.
Oh, still though, again, those late rounds, it always feels so tense. It still feels... It could have been either one's game, but at the end of the day, Aurora really played... I feel a lot better teamwork in comparison to the first time we saw these two teams face one against one another. So improvements definitely have been made. Spirit Academy, a little maybe disorganized. You know, earlier on we talked about sort of like indecisiveness and lack of courage heading into a couple of these early stages of the rounds. So yeah, maybe a little lackluster, but at the end of the day, still make them work for it, still close enough, and, you know, this was, at the end of the day, ex-Aurora's map pick, so they're gonna go to their own home ground soon.
Exactly, and that's really all that matters. We're gonna got a little bit of a break now before we head towards map number 2. Is Ancient coming up next in Spirit Academy's map pick. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you very, very soon.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
If you wanna be my love, boy, gotta take it slow. If you wanna be my love, I'll show you what you wanna know. If you wanna be my love, boy, gotta take it slow. If you wanna be my love, I'll show you what you wanna know.
They told me go to what you love. I never knew what that was, but even when I make time, I think of all I've given up. I wish it wouldn't be so hard, 'cause you're the one that gets slighted. You say I don't make time for anyone, and you ask my mind is occupied. It's hard to vent, I understand. Have you ever loved someone but known that there was more? I don't wanna be tied, hanging by your side. I don't wanna be tied, tethered to my pride. Hate to waste your time. Go and live your life. It's something that I felt for some time, but as a moment of time go by, safety nets are overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door. I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home. A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Miles past, turning back, found my track, face the fact she a cold one. Never gonna settle for none. Stay up every night till I won. Don't want a slow rise now. I'm confident opulence isn't a long ride out. When I look back now, I'm astounded. A quiet boy from old age, but always felt the world was a stage, yeah. I celebrate one last late night. My old life ain't staying.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door. I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home. A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
I'm headed to LA.
Couple thousand miles, throw it on the dash. Shit, the 10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you, it's silence. Thought I'd have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign, yeah. To remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah.
Made for the fight, for the pain and the climb. Tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime. Race against time. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door. I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home. A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Hello and welcome back. First map of Train going the way of ex-Aurora. They were made to work for it, especially in that second half, and Kaisuke had a few things to say about it, but it wasn't enough in the end. Now, map number 2 is Ancient up on the docket, and this is Spirit Academy's pick, so Villas, maybe the chance of pushing it towards a third.
It could very well be. This is exactly what happened last time around, but last time around, you know, I feel like Spirit Academy had a little bit more force inside of them on that very first map of Train. Still, it wasn't bad scoreline, 39. But I do feel I saw a better Spirit Academy last time around. But, things can change. They're getting onto their home ground of Ancient up next, which was a pretty solid victory last time around. And they honestly quite surprised me. They did a full-on turnaround, and they actually maintained that throughout the remainder of that best of 3. So if they do exactly what they did last time around, Spirit Academy, they still got a very long run ahead of them.
Yes, exactly that. We need to see just a little bit more. Now, sure, Kaisuke looked fantastic on an individual note, but at times the rest of the team weren't quite putting up the numbers that we wanted to see. However, when we look towards map number 2, of course, it's a very good map for Spirit Academy. It's been a strong part of their map pool. It's one in which Kaisuke individually looks fantastic on, but I mentioned this in the pre-show, I've liked what I've seen from Robbo on this map too, and I think it's also an opportunity to maybe get Alka and the Orpa a little bit more involved. Now, sure, on the flip side, if Algren's going to get more involved, Grix is probably too, and Grix has already been fantastic into map number 1. So there's still a real worry here for Spirit Academy that they might just not have the firepower bar Kaisuke to take down the side.
Yeah, and last time around, Grix was actually a bit more absent, and, we kind of highlighted him as a player to watch, and he typically is one of the more consistent factors for ex-Aurora, and that he was absent last time around, I think really played a big factor in the fact as to why they lost eventually that entire best of 3 and why that first map got so close. But now with Grix already getting his feet on the ground and he's looking very, very stable and he's getting consistent kills, it's honestly a good sign. I'm curious to see if they can continue to do so. Economy is going to be a big factor as to whether he can buy up into an AWP again. But I think if he can, he's looking already, honestly, half better than last time around.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, hopefully we'll be getting underway in just a second, waiting for the teams to ready up and all of the rest. But for ex-Aurora, there's not a lot that they have to do to kind of prove in a way sort of to themselves. I think they looked really solid towards map number 1. There was, a lot to like on paper. And actually, when you look at sort of Spirit Academy on the flip side, this is a side that have been picking up a few sort of awkward losses here and there. I think, the Rushby loss yesterday in particular was, you just saw them fall a little bit flat. And, before that, they hadn't played for a good couple of weeks. Where on the flip side, ex-Aurora, a lot of Counter-Strike being played for them, and they've actually been looking really solid. But we're live. Let's get the show on the road. It's Spirit Academy starting on that CT side. Ex-Aurora starting on the T side in map number 2.
All right, out in towards the middle they will go. On the flip side, it's a B stack coming through from Spirit Academy. They're a bit scattered now. We have actually a push now coming through from that Speedway player, hunting down those Ts. And it's a bit messy, honestly. People at places where you wouldn't really expect him to be. Still, though, 3-on-3. Well, not anymore. Make it a 3-on-2, as now they got the control heading in towards A with that bomb. Patsy here on the cutoff of that rotation. So far, so good. The dualies seem to be working its magic, but so does it for Mokujin, who has now found a kill for himself. But problem here is bomb planted, his position known, and looks like maybe already getting hunted down. Klax is looking in towards middle. Crix is covering for Donut. And, well, those are certainly footsteps heard. Information here. Mokujin just has to get a kill, though. He needs to run for it, otherwise there's no way he can defuse that bomb. And, yeah, honestly, it felt like a lost round as soon as the bomb was planted. And with that, ex-Aurora, they get that first round up on the board.
Yeah, opening couple of fights were just really, really good. And unfortunately, just not enough that Spirit Academy could do in that spot. And again, this is where we get to see sort of the ability for ex-Aurora to put a lot of pressure on and to start to flex their muscles a little bit. We can start from them. We won't be getting a force by on the CT side for Spirit Academy, so ex-Aurora should take a 2-0 start, and that's sort of exactly where you want to be. We got one Deagle, one P250. Any sort of constellation kill, it would be nice, but yeah, it does feel honestly pretty unlikely. We're stacking here over towards the A side and hoping something works for us. They might go for a late mid push. Ten. Money to be made here. A lot of it. Norvi gets his second. It's the Galil that sees off the last. But double the Mac 10, that is good money in the bank. You'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. You know, some nice extra bit of cash. And only a single loss taken. So, not much to worry about here, though, for ex-Aurora. Not just yet. Spirit Academy do have the funds now to buy. Maybe not the most optimal buy just yet, but I mean, so it is on the side of ex-Aurora, so pretty even on the board. Let's see, already early smokes to try and stop ex-Aurora. Are they going to stop though? The answer is no. They actually want to burst through that incendiary as well. Hope it just brutally force themselves upon the side, and I mean, seems to be working. A deal with the last player who's burning alive in a Molotov. The spam is still there, and at the end of the day, ooh, tricky 2v2 now.
And this is chaotic.
Oh, no.
Super chaotic to say the least. There's so many fights happening on so many different fronts. Mokachin, he has spotted out one. He just has no idea where the other guy is, and he's going to get spammed to make it all the more worse. Just when you felt there was maybe a chance, and it immediately gets thrown back at them. That was carnage. As rounds go, that was, yeah, as chaotic as it gets, but it's still only going one way. Ex-Aurora. Flawless start continues.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, again, it got a bit chaotic. Everyone was a bit sort of panicked. A lot of Utah dumbed down. And you don't really know if someone is going to be burning alive, if they're going to be stuck somewhere behind, how many CTs were there. They didn't really account or clear out the site. They just hoped there was going to be enough for a bomb plant, which it was. And eventually, just hold your ground. Just fight against everybody you see. And so far, so good. Sending Spirit Academy back upon pistols.
Okay. Spirit Academy, you'd like to get around it or nothing. In one like this, where it's a low buy and expectations are pretty minimal. All right, there we go. Alcron going to catch Kenzie. So you take that for damn sure. And that might give you a bit of a chance here. If Mokachin can do something up close, you might have something to work with. Tag on towards Norvi. Patsy needs to be careful. Swinging a fine from him. Good work to bring the numbers back level.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's really because of how trainment and how sort of like these force buys kept doing crazy things that we haven't really counted on Spirit Academy here just yet, but they have very little weaponry and utility here to hold their ground. Still just so managed to get a kill, is traded, but who knows, Grix is low. Making a lot of noise here though, but they are going to be walking into the site where the majority of the CT players are at though. They're kind of burning, but at the same time, look at this! Within a second, everyone's head is decapitated, and the pistols make it work. They lead with 3 AKs. And that is everything you don't want if you're ex-Aurora.
Yeah, that's a yikes. Of all the rounds to lose so far, the fact that it's that one, it's a pistol round where it feels like you have no chance at all. That's not the one that you want to be given over towards Spirit Academy. And that's going to allow them to start to slowly but surely ramp up in towards this first half. So, yeah, tough spot, honestly, for that one to slip in that sort of a way. Definitely got to hurt. That is for sure. But still plenty of time, and you're not completely worried just yet. You can immediately put their gun round sort of back under pressure and back in their face a little bit. I don't think you're going to be caring too much. Just got to make sure that you don't let this lead that you built up, may I say, all slip away for nothing. Robbo, spawn up close. Nothing to be found out.
Spam works.
There it is.
Wax taken out. So at least one more in the equation. And it will stall ex-Aurora for a little bit. But now Util comes through, counter Util as well. Ooh, they deal pretty niftily with those people that want to entry. Still kind of stuck though at ramp. Bit doubtful, where are all those players sitting, trying to just go for a bomb plant. Oh, and it just goes from bad to worse. Robo deals with the both of them. And really, yeah, with the player who's sort of in charge of holding the others back, if that one is the first one to fall, yeah, that is gonna really hurt here for ex-Aurora. So with that, it's a conversion now for Spirit Academy.
Yeah.
And who knows? 3-3 could be on the line.
Tough spot, that is for sure. And this is where things are starting to feel at least ever so slightly uncomfortable. I mean, ex-Aurora have really let this lead in this position that felt so good for them start to seriously slip away. And yeah, nice double opener to start things as well here for Kaisuke. Deagle of Glax. Information gained, but can't connect with a shot. Still, we've got some decent space to work with. Mokachin's close enough, and Alcaran's also here as well. Mokachin sees it off a flawless round, barely even taking any damage. Spirit Academy tie this one back up. Tough stuff. ex-Aurora looking, unfortunately, very, very muted at the moment. Just not what you want to be seeing.
No. But they got themselves another buy again. Maybe not quite a timeout call to call a game plan, but gotta wait and see what they got in the bag. So far, a lot of mid-aggression. A lot of util dumped there. Klaxto, first one to fall. And his teammate is not good enough for help. No trades. And, oh, Kenzie getting tagged. Lands a couple shots right back. And that is exactly what you need. But it is Kenzie at the end of the day, standing with only 2 HP. So to start here for ex-Aurora, it's still a tough one.
Yeah, it's true. Numbers advantage for Spirit Academy. And a tough predicament still. All goes quiet, just under a minute, and this has been pretty standard. For the ex-Aurora side, they like to leave things late. And they come up ramp. Your Kaisuke here too is very low, so any bit of damage on towards him would be tough. Orc shot missed. Alcaran, second time of asking. Same result. Volleying towards that backside of pillar to clear out the close angle. If Griggs can clear this, we might have a chance. He does get it, but an instant trade. Bomb still going to go down, but it might get spammed, and it does. Mokachin denies. Kenzie, 2 points of HP. No chance in hell. Seen off from behind by Sypho. And just like that, a brilliant spot that we're now in.
Yeah, this is incredibly tough right now because we see this slither of hope to get a bomb plant, but no, you get spammed. And I think the numbers game there, the numbers advantage in favor of Team Spirit Academy there was already evident, but it still stings when you still hope you can hang on to a round, but it just falls through. And especially, you know, it's another buy. They're back to an eco now, and things are starting to look quite rough here for ex-Aurora.
Yeah, well, an ever so brief tech pause. Hopefully, only a small one. Just a couple of things need to be fixed before we get back underway. But Spirit Academy, they've really ramped up into this. They've really started to find, a lot of form and a lot of an individual ability of where we didn't see it in the opening few rounds. The second they got that one eco kind of low by pistol round out of nowhere, all the momentum has completely shifted, and ex-Aurora just looked like a completely different side.
Yeah, I'm really thinking of like what they need to fix, because in a lot of these occasions I feel like it's aim duels where things really go down. You know, often that fight in towards middle, they get kind of like either flashed or really taken off guard by the amount of pressure that their opponents put on that part of the map. So they kind of struggle to kind of like roam around and get grip on what their opponents are doing. So maybe now could be time for a timeout, or maybe the round after, since this is just a couple of upgraded pistols here for ex-Aurora. But something will need to change. Last time around, they were doing pretty solid on the T side. So definitely struggling a little bit more now.
Okay, Kenzie trying to go quick. Do the molly in. And Nate that comes behind it, so a decent amount of damage. But they are flying here. Honestly, a pretty wild spot. Already deep in towards cave, but a smoke will slow them down. So, yes, you've got this sort of information, I guess, in a way, but it's still awkward. Spam through damage dealt. And now ex-Aurora, they might just pull back.
I mean, not quite. Still lurking around, maybe heading in towards middle. That could be an option, but they're sending Patsy over there as well, so it smells to me like maybe just a team effort. Trying to use that single Molotov, clear out at least one angle, maybe clear out close corner on the site. And try to use your numbers advantage. At least Spirit Academy hasn't pushed anything, so there's not too much info as to where they want to go, but alright, they deal with Robo, and they deal with Kosuke here as well. Ooh, that's a bit unfortunate though, standing in your own Molotov. But they go and swing in together, but that also means a lineup here for Alcaran. Yes, he's low. Oh, but the opportunity is there. Spirit Academy, they bounce back. And again, another opportunity was close, but again, it falls through for ex-Aurora.
Yeah, tough. It's sort of where we're at now, where ex-Aurora, we're getting to the position of close but no cigar, and I think you can take silver linings away from a round like that. You've got Tech 9s coming through. It's not the best buy. You're just hoping, honestly, for a bonbon and a couple of kills, and that is what you get. But it's still a spot where Spirit Academy are bit by bit pulling a little further and further away. And I do worry, if ex-Aurora, if this gun round falls flat, you're under so much pressure. Your economy basically gets shattered, but on top of that, Spirit Academy double your rounds, and their money's already so strong right now. Robbo for the first, but a quick response. Sypho might get overlooked. No, he doesn't. Kenzie, great work.
Yeah, stepping up big time. He was a bit more quiet on the previous map, but tries to hang on here for the team. But Kosuke, star player here on Spirit Academy, still awaiting and sees all this util being dumped on the site. Very much ready, not flashed out, not taken off guard by a Molotov. And has the backup here of Alcaran, but both of them fall. And it's Grix there to land that final blow. 1 HP is still standing, and he gets away with an orb.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. You need that. Ex-Aurora, you were in a tough spot. We've really had to kind of get in towards the gun rounds again as early as possible after losing a bit of that control. And post-bomb plant, you come right back in and, you know, pressure right back on. So this is where we start to feel like there's a bit of a chance here. If they can find this round, you're not at the point where you're breaking the economy of Spirit Academy, but at least putting a lot of pressure on the finances. So that's exactly what you're looking for. Early Nado softens up Norvi and Kenzie. And once again, it'll slow them down. The bomb's only just making its way out of spawn.
Alright, bit of a push here. Which does pay off. Gets Kenzie, and immediately that early advantage is gone. But who knows? Patsy is actually keen to maybe get into Red Room, at least hold it. There's quite a lot of control here across the map, because if Sypho maybe decides to want to give this part of the map a bit of a look in, He might get caught off guard. Patsy's still jiggling around the corner. Still unnoticed. Or timing is going to be everything here. Oh! Misses the right opportunity. But with that, Cypher feels the pressure, is keen to get that kill, but he gets denied. At the same time, though, Alpine will get flags. So at least that B side is still on lockdown. Kusiki as well finds a very important kill, making the numbers very much dire for ex-Aurora. Now it's Grix 1v2. Oh, the nade will finish Kusiki though.
Oh.
So it's just Mokujin and Griggs. Oh, not expecting a wraparound from ramp at all. Oh, that is so tough because that could have been a wonderful 1v3, but just simply being outplayed by a rotation.
Yeah, that could have been really special. But not to be. Spirit Academy going to guarantee now that they get, at the bare minimum, a tie game. The way they're playing, you also feel like a lead should be taken to. 6-4. 2 rounds ahead. And ex-Aurora, sure, we get a bye out here, but you lose this one. Money shatters. Same thing can be said for the most part of it towards Spirit Academy. So, in the penultimate round of this half, it's a massive swing round. You win this one, you might even get a bit of a 2-for-1 special of economy being shattered. Sure, regardless if you lose, you're forced buying in towards the next, as it is the last anyway, but it's really going to help. And if it's ex-Aurora, that could mean tying the game up before half-time.
A lot of control here taken. Look at the pushes again coming through from Spirit Academy. Getting a lot of information early on. At the same time, though, A is sort of quiet. Okarin giving it a look in with the all. But ex-Aurora could exploit this if Spirit Academy is not going to be fast enough, though it looks like they are probably going to be ready. Orb is in position as well as 2 riflers beside him. And so far, so good. Everyone getting mowed down, and it's just Grick standing, playing a bit of deathmatch with the orb. Gets one. But this is, again, a very dire situation, and I think it's one they should probably just try to escape. Try to stay alive with the orb. Keep it for that last round of the half.
Griggs just moving back over towards elbow now, and Spirit Academy, not only is this a 7th, but it basically should be an 8th now. It starts to make us believe that that map number 3 is looming. He's getting very close there to it. Ex-Aurora have just not offered up enough so far. Orb will be saved. So that is a silver lining. But unfortunately, this is not the spot to be in for ex-Aurora. They just don't have a lot to work with. They are going to go for attack pause. I think this is the right call. Take a breather, take a moment. Oh, yeah, tough predicament for sure. I think Spirit Academy should be taking 8-4 here.
Spirit Academy just feel a little bit more on top of their game. Whereas I kind of felt this, like this was a thing with Aurora, ex-Aurora on train, where I felt that they were looking more confident, Spirit Academy a bit more indecisive, and now it feels like the roles have been reversed a little bit.
Yeah, very true. Let's see what they come up with off the back of this attack pause. AK triple Galil and the saved orb as the setup. Not exactly a wonderful lineup, but at the same time, shall see. Oh, posted and a find. Alcarin going to get caught. Grix, lovely shot. To find his 10th of the game so far.
Right, creeping through middle. But it seems like the game plan once again is going to be A. That is the opener though. You can immediately see they are gonna march on through, but Mogujin is here. It looks like his position might not be accounted for. Yes, it will. Not quite enough time, though, for a full-on turnaround to deal with Temple. But the players' advantage are certainly there. It's a full V2.
Sypho. Trying to be that first point of contact as well. He can get an easy kill, but he can't. A quick flank from Kenzie, and that'll be the half. 7-5. A close game, but a lead for Spirit Academy. We'll see if they can continue it after the break.
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil and I'm letting loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal. I never lose, I'm bulletproof.
And this is a really decent opportunity again to just showcase now Aurora, just their class. We know they're a side with sort of tenfold the amount of experience, especially in this sort of tier 2 that Spirit Academy have, and now is your time to sort of prove exactly why.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is we're talking about confidence boost. Clax, who just murders every single one of them down there. Oh, that must feel good.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't imagine, on the flip side, how they must feel, because you think you got it in the pocket, you got those players advantage, you know he's low, and you're just not able to kill him. That must be incredibly frustrating. Now you have this tech pause that you have to deal with, so instantly sort of all those emotions, you kind of can't kind of put them out there just yet. Got to be quiet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not very optimal.
Got to be a little tilting, I think, just as you start to find form, find success, and then you get put into a tech pause. And the issue, of course, being with the tech pause, I mean, obviously, the tech pause actually from ex-Aurora side, so I don't think they can be, I guess, too tilted by it, but it's just the fact that you want to get this momentum really going. You want to kind of really be flying into these rounds, and then you sort of get stopped not of your own regard, right? So that's got to sort of hurt a little bit. You want to be getting as much through this game as you can, right? While you've got money and while you're at an advantage, you really want to be flying, but they've got to wait. Whoever's dropped out, whether it's internet or whatever it is, we hope it's only brief, because looked like Ancient was just about to start getting really spicy.
Yeah. Just as we were saying, ex-Aurora, they need to step it up a notch. We gotta wait and see what they can do up on their C2 side. I mean, it's only, the beginning. And there was a bomb plan involved as well, so that
Yeah.
could land, opportunities here for Team Spirit Academy. But, sometimes a strong starters have to work, and gotta wait and see how they will deal with this tech pause. Everything kind of like slowing down. You want to get it going, but you gotta be patient. And the mental game is a big part of it too. Last time around, they played this very long best of 3, and went on to 3 maps, and kind of eventually kind of got the better of ex-Aurora.
Yes.
So kind of curious to see who got sort of like the last breath here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty important. That is for sure. Well, we still wait, unfortunately, ladies and gents, just for this one to be concluded. But for now, I think we're going to throw this one to a little bit of a break. We have no idea how long it's going to take for this player to get back in. So for now, we'll throw it to a little bit of a break. Hopefully it's only brief, but we'll see you soon. Oh my god, we're back. We are back. There was ping issues, a router change, and a server change. But we're live, thankfully. Issues seem to be concluded, Veerless, and we can get the show back on the road. Now, if you're just joining us, of course, we just had a round one by ex-Aurora, a close one. But it's kickstarted the half very well for them.
Yeah, Clax hanging on to a dream there with 1 HP in that pistol round. But Spirit Academy hope to make it dicey, bringing Deagles into this round. Minimal investment, not quite a force buy. But they are pushing for a rep room, making things a bit tricky and spicy. But Norway up on the answer. Good for a kill already. Clax here with a follow-up. And the numbers, the HP, it's not looking too good. Ooh, tapping around. Running out of bullets there at the end. But Patsy there to help out. And it looks like it's only one player left standing. Even... Ooh. Going for the deagle first, now having to reload the M4. That's a bit awkward. And with a lovely flying MP9, it's Kenzie who gets the last. So, with that, scoreline has been equalized from halftime. And, yeah, let's see where we're going to go now. Spirit Academy full on. AK is on board. ex-Aurora still a couple of those bonus weapons. But certainly the confidence back on board.
Yeah, an expected round to be taken just in terms of the firepower, but a little chaotic, a little scrappy. We love to see it. At least something being offered up maybe by the Force buy, but now it's a chance to really showcase what we're all about. Guns in play, not the greatest of starts. Norby will get caught on artifact. Cypher and Alcarin, though, kills a piece that is huge by them, and it might just be Spirit Academy right back in it, but it's 2 versus 2, so maybe I speak too soon.
Yeah, Cypher being incredibly low here as well. Honestly, it might just all be a bit of a mind game. Kozuki is on this cutoff for a rotation if they were to come through CT. His teammate going to be clearing out this A-bomb site very shortly. So this at least looks like a comfortable one plant. But don't count out ex-Aurora on this rotation just yet. They have kits. They have that nade, the smoke.
Yeah, it can still be a little funky here, honestly. On this retake, it's very much up in the air. And actually, the other question really that maybe Spirit Academy are asking themselves, are they actually even going for this? Time is ticking. We've got to start making a move. Now in they come as well. I'm about halfway ticks, and I've got a load of time to work with. They smoke down. They might just try and stick behind this as well. Not a lot of time to dilly-dally. They've got to try and stick this bomb, and they... Oh, it's down to the wire! He's going to get it as well. That is a crazy one to be taking. Oh, and a heartbreaking one. Very much so as well. For Spirit Academy, they thought that they were back into it. That's really got to hurt.
Oh, that initial spray. Now you get that second player as well, and then you just can't find the one defusing. That stings. Now, it is ex-Aurora here who's calling a technical timeout, and I can kind of see why, because that round was still very tricky, and it easily could have been lost.
Yeah.
So I feel like they kind of want to collect themselves, see how they can continue in this momentum, because this is honestly kind of their lifeline. They're in a very good spot to punish Spirit Academy here, maybe take down this team 2-0, which they are a bit on the winning streak with the 2-0s currently in this group stage. So I can see them wanting to continue that, but gotta take quite some effort, especially Spirit Academy now coming in with this round. Still a lot of weapons, a lot of money. Definitely bringing a good fight.
Yeah. Spirit Academy. Well, 2 rifles to work with, M4 A1S and an AK-47. The M4 Kaisuke tied down to sub-half already. So exactly the start that ex-Aurora wanted. If they can make a kill on top of that as well, that'll really alleviate all of the pressure. That's when it feels like as well, every time that Spirit Academy so far are trying to get in towards this game, it's sort of being thrown back in their face a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, it gets punished. One back. Oh, but this okay. They can't quite burst on through now. Lack of utility there. Lack of, I guess, communication. So decision instantly made. All right, we're probably too split up. Don't go for this. It could have been very awkward there for ex-Aurora if Spirit Academy would have just walked on through, but they're gonna attempt to do just a tad bit later. Slowly creeping up there. Trying to go a bit unnoticed. Oh, they had already spotted before the flash. Patsy granted a kill. Now Mokujin playing up close and personal. Not quite. Oh, granted a kill. But eventually it is Robo's teammate then instead gets a double, making it still a 2-on-2.
This is tough. Grix with the AWP. What do we do from this spot? Cypher just trying to tap in this post bar and trying to really take fight. He spotted one. He has a pretty good idea as well about the second, so he's trying to isolate, and he will. Might just still be a bit of a chance here as well. He runs out of ammo, pulls out the Tech 9 is Carnage. Oh my god, he's going to win it as well. 1 versus 2 converted. And Spirit Academy stay in this game.
Oh my lord, I'm at the edge of my seat here, because these rounds go down to the wire. Absolutely insane. But it's a very, very pivotal round here for Spirit Academy to be winning, because look at that economy for ex-Aurora. It is in the bin.
Yeah.
So things could all turn around here.
Not where you want to be, in a sense, because you worry about this control that's starting to be taken a little bit. Spirit Academy finally starting to come alive and show their prowess ever so slightly. But away, USP, of course. This round, we're not expecting a lot. If you can get a consolation kill, maybe pick up a gun, that'd be nice. But Robo, other ideas. 3 kills for him. Kenzie will get one of his own Klaxine off at the end. Only the one consolation. You're not too upset. Spirit Academy take the lead back.
Took a bit of fighting, but here they are. Now they got 2 back-to-back rounds for themselves. In a pretty solid spot. But who knows? Ex-Aurora. Good beginning. But you gotta do a little more. No, you don't have that orb in your hands. Grix has been maybe a bit more quiet though on this half. Patsy doing a lot more alongside Klax. Oh, orb missing here though. So it's certainly information for ex-Aurora as to how they want to maybe approach this round. Actually, Spirit Academy, I mean, they don't really give them too much time to think at whatsoever, but it's a lovely double kill coming through from Kenzie, at least keeping the numbers even on the board. Grix now fighting with a FAMAS, holding his ground, trying to deny that bomb plan, at least for the time being.
It's chaos. This is chaos. My god. I think Spirit Academy, they were just a little bit too headstrong in that round. They really wanted to fight as much as possible, and unfortunately, the Angels weren't going their way. So ex-Aurora given a bit of a lifeline, and the chance to upgrade from, the FAMASs to the AKs, which is always going to help. And when you look at it on the flip side, where money is also now a little feeble towards Spirit Academy, this is a huge swing round, right? We have to look at this spot and say, whoever wins this probably gets 2 in quick succession, and actually might just be the beginning of the end, regardless of sort of who it is. Ex-Aurora, of course, that would mean the series. Spirit Academy would mean pushing us towards a third. Round number 19 is probably the most important we've played so far this map, for sure, and maybe even this series.
Good control for the time being here for ex-Aurora. Again, Spirit Academy hoping to abuse this B bomb site. And so far, so good. Maybe ex-Aurora not expecting them to go in that fast again.
Gotta save here, surely.
Yeah, the money is running low.
I don't think it's worthwhile. 5 versus 3, it's not worth it. Grix sticking around with the orb, I also don't think was worth it too. Tough one. Orb can't be recovered either, so it'll be 2 rifles being saved, but there's not going to be a huge amount around them. Like we said, big swing round. Look at the spot that we're in, and the hunt by Robbo is excellent. I highlighted his name in the pre-show on this map. He really feels quite confident on it, and you can see it happening right here. Clack's not going to survive either. It will be a team kill. Yeah, hate to see it, but it doesn't matter. The hunt goes well, and that's all that matters. It will be a lead for Spirit Academy. Double digits for them too. I don't know. I think ex-Aurora have run out of chances here.
Yeah, it's starting to feel a bit dire now. Spirit Academy certainly will... But the looks of it, just judging by pure firepower, Spirit Academy should have this round in the bag. And with this being a force bite, it could really come to bite them very, very shortly. Again, go for quite a lot of mid-aggression, a lot early on. Maybe this time wanting to convert that into pressure up on Speedway. Oh, actually, okay, hold on a second. We have a lovely double tap coming through, and suddenly... that puts a lot of pressure up on Spirit Academy, who actually kind of split. Two players do manage to get their bomb planted up on the site, but it is Kyosuke who actually gets hurt on his way to help out the rest of the team. Maybe he can kind of make this CT side a bit more shaky, as it keeps them busy for the time being at doors. Oh, hold on.
No way.
What
Just when
happened?
you think Clacks swing from him and find on towards Kaisuke, but this round should be done. There's no kid in play. Sure, Kenzie's going to get the kill.
Wait.
Time. I think he actually might just have time. It's going to be incredibly close. He might still miss this. It's going to be so close, and he will. He misses it by about a second. That is tough. They make it expensive, and you'll take that every day of the week. A chaotic round, but it's still won by Spirit Academy as they go 2 ahead.
Oh, and again, these rounds are incredibly close. And you gotta give it to ex-Aurora here, because that round seemed impossible for them to even begin with. With the way Spirit Academy, they got their control instantly. And we could see the ideas, but we just barely on it possible for it to actually happen. And then those headshots come through, and it got close. But Spirit Academy do pull through. AKs over pistols. And now, again, it's sort of the game of the endless force buys, as ex-Aurora have no choice but to try and fight for the slither of rounds. It's only 1 kill, but it's in a completely empty bomb site for Spirit Academy to abuse. It'll be real tough here for ex-Aurora to try and cling. Oh, Patsy is able to actually stay alive. I don't know how.
There's no right to stay alive there. The molly is literally around him.
But he hasn't been spotted here, though. This position could become real tricky. Griggs actually finds the kill. Okay, never mind. Alcrin is accounting for that spot. But still, Norway and Griggs, time is gonna continue to tick. A smoke on the bomb, though. We've seen this scenario before. This time, gonna go for a fake. Oh, and Griggs now here to cover. Oh, he's not going to get the second one, though. And it is going to be 12 here. Team Spirit Academy march on to map point.
Yeah, map number 3 looming here in this one. You probably got to say as well, deservedly so. Unfortunately, ex-Aurora have just fallen very, very flat when it's mattered most, and especially in towards the second half. It's just not been enough. Tough predicament. I don't. You gotta say deserved with where we're at. You know, for Spirit Academy, they deserve to be going in towards map number 3 and making a series of this. A triple MP9, double upgraded pistol. Not the best to buy, and it's probably going to be eradicated quite quickly. There is a couple of kills onto the back, but still, chances feel slim here. Eagle of clacked a tag and then a shot, which finds Robbo. He looks for another behind it. That won't be happening. And the last man, it's Griggs. It is the star player over towards ex-Aurora with an MP9. It feels unlikely. Down he goes by Kaisuke, no less. 2 back-to-back incredible maps from Kaisuke. This one is a win. So 39, the exact scoreline in response.
Yeah, reverse is going into full effect, but now we gotta go to Mirage, and oh, I don't really know where this is gonna land because last time around I thought like this was like a pretty sort of like clear cut, but I don't know. Like I still feel on this map, a lot of these rounds were very very close. Maybe came down to economy at the very end there. But the firepower like is definitely still present. But what do you reckon for Mirage then?
Yeah, I think it's tough to see. I think, honestly, a lot of it comes down to Aurora in terms of can they get this rifling core online, and so far it doesn't seem to be the case, but why don't we find out? We're going to throw this one to a little bit of a break when we are back. Map number 3, our decider up on the docket. We'll see you soon.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
Hello and welcome back. We've had a pretty spicy series, to say the least, and we head towards Mirage, the puggiest map of all, to decide who is staying alive here in ESL Challenger League EU. It's been a spicy time, Vila, so far. Mirage, I think, is the perfect litmus test to decide it.
Absolutely. You know, the puggy map, the one that tends to go super back and forth. And already I feel like we've seen two pretty close maps. So the perfect battleground to find out who's going to be heading into playoffs. Now, last time around, it was a 13-8 affair in favor of Team Spirit Academy. But right now, you know, I don't really know yet which way we can go. First map being in favor of ex-Aurora, being quite confident, more confident so than last time around we saw them. But Spirit Academy have been slowly creeping back up. Definitely not going to go down without a fight. And looks like they are certainly not done with this one just quite yet.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm actually quite excited. Honestly, you know, so far we've seen Kaisuke being absolutely farming so far throughout this series. He did super well to kind of give them a lot of space in towards map number 2. I mean, you look at map number 1 for him, 25 and 12. Map number 2, 23 and 16. So he's keeping up a real level of consistency right now, and the real hope as well is that we can get that. You know, he's averaging 24 kills a map at the moment. If we can kind of keep that going, that'll be sick. Grix isn't doing too bad either. Of course, we used him as our sort of comparison. Map 1 was fantastic, 20 and 12. Map 2, not too bad, 17 and 14, but not as impactful. And so I think this is where we're seeing Kaisuke really take this game sort of by the scruff of its neck and really start to say, okay, you know, I've got a point to prove here. I've got a game to win here, and I've got to make the most of it. So sick work. We're just hoping that he can keep it up. And I feel like of all the maps for somebody like him to keep it up on, it would be Mirage, right? This is a guy who plays unbelievable amounts of FPL. You know, he's kind of constantly grinding kind of your sort of FPL games. And I think generally this is a map in which he must play so much. You'll know it at the back of his hand.
Absolutely. No, I'm very much excited to see both Orpas, in fact, kind of go down. Alcaran maybe a bit more quiet as of right now. But Griggs has been doing pretty damn solid. But I do feel that on the side of ex-Aurora, it needs to become a little bit more of a team effort. Sometimes it's a bit chaotic. They kind of go in one by one. Trades are not there. And Spirit Academy have been now sort of on the hunt for them and done a pretty good job punishing it. Last time around, they kind of continued that same sense over onto Mirage. So I am very much curious to see if that is going to be exactly the same case here today. Now, 2 weeks apart, rematch is here. And we're going to be taking a look at this knife round.
Yeah, very important. I think just getting a CT side start here really helps things out. It gives you, you know, the confidence. Obviously, you know that economically it can be a little tough, but I think it's where, of course, all of these sides want to be starting on a map like this. You know, currently regarded as sort of the third most CT-sided map in the pool too. So we'll see. Very tentative out in towards Ramble, wait for the first person to connect, and in they come. It goes very well for Spirit Academy, and I'm assuming they'll just decide to stay.
I think so too. Last time around, CT side is really where it was at. I mean, it was still relatively close. I believe it was a 5-7 half.
Yes, yeah.
But wouldn't be too surprised if we're going to be seeing somewhat of a similar affair. Already on Ancient, it was quite close. I feel as sort of like this best of 3 continues, these two teams are getting more used to one another. And becoming a very tough battle. Now, time to find out who is going to be kicking off this final map of the half.
Well, this pistol round could be of the utmost importance. We've seen how it's given a lot of early momentum and how important it has been. So smokes down, one towards stairs, one towards jungle. They'll wait for those to plume before popping out. Flashes are coming over. It's Robu for the first. And Cypher going to get one behind as well. This is a great shutdown towards the A side. They're not getting any control here at all. Norvi also going to get clipped too. It's all falling apart. Patty hits a nice shot. They're both on the reload as well as Mokajin dives in towards the site. And it's all down to one man, Patsy. needs an ace clutch in this round. It is unlikely. And Kaisuke going to make sure that is the case. Brilliant work. And what a start for Spirit Academy.
Yeah. You kind of just blink and it's all over. And here we go, ex-Aurora with that. No bomb plant, left empty-handed, and I think... Oh, never mind. I thought maybe they're gonna just respect the buy, but they indeed are not. Force buy coming through. Pretty much, yeah, it's in a line of what we have been seeing today. So maybe shouldn't be too surprised. But, well, looks like everyone sort of in a train in towards apartments. Not quite bursting out just yet. At least lining up. Ooh, maybe you're waiting a bit of a util first. Actually, gotta scatter on through a couple into underground. Patsy to one to take charge. Maybe see if he can create an opener. But that opportunity goes to waste. Griggs, though, at least able to get one back.
Yeah, gotta be said. I mean, this has been still a little funky where I feel like this choice to force buy in here is so rogue by ex-Aurora. I know it's something that they've been doing a lot, but force buying without a bomb plant gives you so little to work with. They are going to get a bomb plant down here, though, so that in itself is a silver lining that you'll take. Bravo, up close, gets pretty close with the MP9. Now spots out 2, so has information to work with. Can't nail the second kill. Clax. MP9 picked up, but he's seen off at range, or up close, may I say. And say, can be said for Griggs. So bomb plant on a few kills. It's not bad, but it's still a round for Spirit Academy, and that's all that matters.
Conversion found. And ex-Aurora, yeah, you're gonna maybe have some upgraded pistols here. But that is probably gonna be about it. Can't... I want to say you can't endlessly force, and then I see 2 rifles coming out. 3, 4, never mind. They just keep it going. Ex-Aurora not looking to stop. I mean, I guess with a couple kills that they've gotten and sort of like, I guess, back-to-back round lost, there's a little bit more to work with, but it is far from ideal. Especially in the util department, so we're gonna need a collective game plan here if they want to find this round.
Alcaran moving through, but as he's starting to set himself up, it's his teammates are dropping like flies here. You know, already Robbo felt early in towards mid. Cypher also going to drop 2, so this is not a good spot for him to be in. Mokuja Lancer back. That'll help, but Patsy then finds Kaisuke. It's carnage. Every fight being taken so far is isolated, so it still feels like there's a bit of a chance, and Kalak's going to shut down that notion. Also around a Mokuja. Left in what feels like it should be an impossible round, and it is. Seen off by Norvi. And a first for ex-Aurora. So guns come back into play as the force buy again. This time it works.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Force buying eventually will work. Eventually you will win the round. And I will put immediate pressure up on Spirit Academy here, whose own bank is running incredibly low.
Yeah.
And potentially, I mean, you know, the buy that they have right now, it's looking worse even than ex-Aurora had in the previous round. So it's looking scary because that lead could be lost within just a blink of an eye.
Yeah, need to be very careful, that is for damn sure. MP9, FAMAS, Double Eagle, and a 5-7. It's not the best buy, if we're being completely frank, and it really leaves a lot to be sort of hoping with in this one. If he moving his way forward, if they can get lather room control, it really puts them in such a strong position. They would have to clear short first, but it gives them a lot of space now to set themselves up. And Norvi got a good timing here. He's crossed Alcaran, so that actually could work against that other player's favor. It does. Down he goes. Kaisuke finds one. Alcaran, I don't think he still even knows there's a guy in towards ladder yet.
Oh, well, Griggs falls. Normally does strike back. Exactly what we wanted to see. And Clack's also still here, sort of lurking around in Palace. The timing is perfect. Oh, Robo grabs the second one as well. That is really clever. So, at the end of the day, patience does pay off here for ex-Aurora. They strike back. They find that back-to-back round as well. And, you know, in classic Mirage fashion, back and forth we shall go.
Yeah, very true. This is sort of what we expect. The puggy nature, neither side really sort of in a spot. But, you know, a spot to really control the momentum so far. I'm sure Spirit Academy's money is broken, but it's that next gun round that we're really looking toward. If they can find that, they put themselves in a really... Asuke did go for a little peek in towards Palace. Pulls away. Smartly played. We're just playing as a pack, moving as a unit. Spirit Academy fought. The fifth man on the extremity gets caught.
Ooh. 2 kills grabbed. On the hunt for the ladder 2. And there we go. Everyone swept away. Nice clean round coming through from ex-Aurora. With that is exactly what you want from an anti-eco. But opportunities now arise. Spirit Academy got enough funds to buy up again. Even an orb in the mix as well. Which Greeks now got 2. So with that, it's all evened out. But who has the better game plan? We've kind of seen a more heavy lean towards A and middle. Not much of B action just yet.
Yeah. Well, this is a big one. But Academy got to try and make this one stick. It's a 1-for-1 trade early. Kenzie gets one, but now going to find that trade back. Orb still alive, of course, at range. You might want to re-peek, but he re-peeks into Grix. Not what you wanted to see. The numbers given over towards ex-Aurora, and now they have a little bit of space to work with. Robbo tucked in towards Firebucks. Not exactly the best position to sit in. This could be a little funky. He gets spammed down as well. So poor Robbo in that position. Kaisuke up towards stairs. Little gap in between those two smokes, but it won't be able to deny the bomb.
Yeah, and instantly as soon as the bomb is planted, you can see Cypher already backing off. Kusuki needs to be a bit more careful, being sort of in the line of fire potentially. And Klax hears him. So that is information. Oh, when Cypher looks away as well. Oh, the timing is everything. Getting caught. But now Patsy knows. Does need to line, and he will eventually. He needs to be a bit careful though. He's 11 HP, and he is not going to be making it out alive. But neither is Cypher. So at the end of the day, this is what you want. Get rid of all those weapons. Yeah. Keep the economy low. And slowly but surely stack those rounds up.
Yeah, exactly that. 4-2 right now. A somewhat stable lead being built up. And I think now is where we can really start to, I guess, pull a bit of distance here. Spirit Academy looking considerably flat comparatively to that map number 2. And of course, low buy, so all expectations are pretty minimal. Ex-Aurora, good spot for them. Going for that Palace, looking again. Mokujin going for it this time. We saw it was Kaisuke earlier, but unsuccessfully. It's a pretty heavy A-lean. Bomb not committed by any means for ex-Aurora. Still haven't made the decision.
Been spotted out. Does land a tag. But just a pistol, it's going to be a tough fight up against an AK. And now they're going to group up, try to put pressure up on middle, and turns it to a little game of deathmatch once again. Everyone's sort of rising from the smoke. But they deal with it pretty perfectly. only keep it at that single player lost, and they march on to 5th. So slowly but surely, they are really stabilizing here into this first half. Money is looking solid, as Spirit Academy, it's their turn to answer.
Yeah, well, Spirit Academy, in the spot that we're in too, if this gun round falls flat, it actually, as much as it feels early, it could be a bit of the beginning of the end type vibe, right? You know, we have to be very careful talking about giving yourself scope to recovering towards a game and giving yourself some sort of foundation. It's tough, and you lose this one. Ex-Aurora find 6, probably get a 7th behind it too. At that point, Spirit Academy, your chances of making something out of this first half is dwindling quite rapidly. This one's got to stick. Alcron already tagged though. That's not what you want to see.
Slows down. Ex-Aurora just trying to get grip on the map, being patient. I mean, they had these players up in Palace before, but then the surprise factor. Oh, timing is everything. Moguchin gets caught, and Robo now smoked off. Is he going to get ahead of the smoke? Does he dare to? He does, but gets caught as well, and Sypho too. This is all falling apart. It's only 1 kill in return. They are left pretty empty-handed once again here, Spirit Academy, and there's nothing you can do. That's at least 1 free kill granted, but oh, he's gonna get hunted down. Oh, never mind. Alcron is sharp.
Yeah, nice shot. Might have a bit of a chance here. There's plenty of time. He just needs another kit. If you had a kit and a smoke, you could maybe tempt fate with giving this a go, but look at this by Griggs. It's a very bold call to be already pushing all the way round. Of course, he won't be able to wrap enough to catch the AWP of Alcarin, but it will be yet another round for ex-Aurora, and they continue to pull further and further away. Difficult spot, honestly. It's a 4-round lead, and I mean, ex-Aurora just really aren't breaking a sweat at all. And I'm worried, to say the least. Spirit Academy already feels like they're really running out of chances in this map to make something of this. A 4-round buffer feels like it probably will be extended here too. Of course, the AWP gets saved. There's M4 around it, and then a few upgraded pistols. It isn't exactly fantastic, and the AWP's gone over towards the B site with the rifle too, and it looks like ex-Aurora is going to go quick towards A.
So far, little CT spotted, all stuck behind smokes. The little spam left and right. But so far, there should be clear grounds to plant that bomb, and they will manage to do so. But firepower is finally there. Sypho, as well as Kyozuki here, found a kill, but things slowed down. Ex-Aurora is not going to be showing too much skin just yet. Patsy will strike back with a double kill. Very much a crucial one, but the round is far from done. The only problem here being CTs. They don't have a single kit on board, and time will continue to tick. They need to stick it.
Oh, and they will. Fight that come right towards the end, and when it matters most, it's actually a really good retake from Spirit Academy, because like we said, the rifle and the AWP are over towards the B site as they were executing. And just like that, putting it right back in their face a little bit, and we needed a pretty big round just to prove to yourself, again, the Spirit Academy, that we can make these tough rounds work for us. We can make something out of this. Ex-Aurora. Bomb plant. Of course, plenty of money still left in the back pocket, so they're not worried by any means. Of course, they're going to get an opener too, so that'll always help.
Nades thrown in towards middle. They might get keen here to sit top middle. But Kyosaki decides to go a different angle. Alcarin then will hold for top mid boxes. And ex-Aurora playing it very, very slow. A bit indecisive. Sticking around spawn. Don't want to really head in towards mid. Maybe just going in as a unit. Now that they are a player down. Oh, they might just walk out the smoke. Flash is there to support Sofo. Not quite blind in first, just hiding. Kyosaki then to follow it up, and the timing is good. They work really well of one another, but Griggs finds a double kill. And within the blink of an eye, it has all turned on its head once again. Mokujin then the one to be clutching. Angle could be good for the first. Tag is present. But the presence of that second player is lurking, and it is Norway to strike. And again, the numbers advantage is what makes all the difference.
7-3 now. And it is... It's again getting to that point where we keep sitting here and saying, running out of chances. I mean, already you've guaranteed a lead on the T side of Mirage, no less. And, if ex-Aurora get anywhere 8 or more, even just one more round makes such a big difference. And I feel like, again, it feels like it might just be the beginning of the end. It's not been good enough. They've fallen flat when it matters most. And yeah, I mean, a tough spot. Spirit Academy, just not enough on offer. I mean, and you can see it quite literally with Kaisuke 6-8. From averaging 24 kills a map to now struggling to get the double digits. Just as I speak, he gets a kill.
Kind of jinxed it there. But alright.
Oh, big time.
Kills do come through now for Spirit Academy. Looking actually maybe like a clean round. Well, maybe not. Norway will find one, but oh man, he is looking left and right. He doesn't know where to look. Everyone is swarming him. And I mean, rightfully so, because that was Team Spirit's round to win. That was really nice. So, we land ourselves in that final round of the half again. Could be another 4-8, or maybe another 5-7. But Spirit Academy is certainly slowly picking up the momentum once again. But is it going to be enough to make that gap smaller?
Yeah. They make a 7-5. It's okay. If it's an 8-4, though, that worries me. That really does worry me. Nate banks round. It will be Mokujin for the first. Norvi, how he gets away with that, I have no idea. Felt like he had no right to do so. The spam through the smoke. Crosshairs on, but the bullets aren't. Norvi goes down, sure, but this feels like it's falling very flat. And it's all down to the orb. Griggs should be impossible. Surely not. 1v4 turn. 1v1. Oh my god, Griggs. That is not a bad effort.
Wow, and with that, we land our side zone failure at 7-half. It's a close one, and find out after the break who's going to be winning this one out.
Alrighty, welcome back. Second half here of a final map in this pretty long best of three. All things considered, these two sides have been, for the most part, inseparable, and this map, no different. Spirit Academy, sure, they started slow, but found form towards the end, so only the 2-round difference. If they can get a pistol on this T side, game is right back on.
Keen to get some information in towards the middle, but that is not where Spirit Academy is looking to head. It is smokes flying out of A, and currently Klax is maybe the only one to be able to deal with this. No smoke accounting for his spot. Well, okay, soon enough, will be thrown out. And with that, pretty much an easy bomb plan secured, but this will land ourselves in a very weird spot, a 5-on-5 retake. And there is a kid on board. The smokes will soon fade, so time will start to tick, and Alcra not accounting for a flank whatsoever. And within a second, Kenty just gets free, making 4 kills. Klax will steal away the last one, but man, the firepower is unreal.
My God, Kenzie, that is a ridiculous round from him. Flying through into every single fight, and he makes it look so damn easy as well. Ex-Aurora needed a little bit of a hero in that one. And kind of where we're at now, Kenzie doing a bit of the lifting, especially, you know, we can't have this just be the Grick show. He's been fantastic so far, and all expectations that that'll be kind of continuous for him. Spirit Academy, tough predicament. They needed that pistol. The fact that they don't get it really puts them at, yeah, such a tough spot, if we're being honest. I mean, this round we're not expecting a lot either, so it should be a 9-5 scoreline for ex-Aurora. That's tough to recover from.
Ooh, found a kill back on Kenzie, in fact. Bukarix will deal with Mokujin, and Cypher now as well dealt with. We now know his presence of one more. A little jump action. Oh, that's the bomb dropped as well. Yeah, this round is pretty much done. Robo can just maybe hope that he can get away with another kill just for a bit of extra cash, but not gonna happen. And they march on to 9. So the gap will get scary big right now. 4 rounds difference, almost doubling the scoreline. And the pressure will start to build up for Spirit Academy. Last time around, it was them winning out Mirage and staying alive. But for the time being, Aurora is creeping closer and closer towards that finish line, needing only 4 more to get to playoffs.
Yeah, true. Tag ball's going to be called, though, by ex-Aurora. Just want to make sure of this. See if we can see this over the line. I mean, sort of the position that we're at now for ex-Aurora. You're under no pressure at all, but it's just about don't overthink things. Don't sort of make sure as well that you don't get overconfident and too comfortable. We've seen it happen quite a lot of times where teams struggle to kind of close out games just because they start to think that the job's already done, right? And that's been something that actually has plagued ex-Aurora in the past before. 9-5. Get this buy back out. Spirit Academy. Now or never, honestly, for them. You let this one go, I cannot see a way back into it.
Mid presence heavy here for Spirit Academy. No, smoked off. Oh, lovely nade. That's pretty juicy. Robo will climb on through. So Griggs hoping to deal with this surprise as soon as it fades. He's definitely accounting for someone to be there. And maybe needs to help though if his teammate Kenzie is reloading though right around the corner. Oh, but has his back. That is a lovely kill. Will eventually get caught, but still player advantage, and Klax is still there, ready to mow both of them down. And with that, we have a double scoreline. Double digits secured for ex-Aurora. Money is not looking great for Spirit Academy. Well, looks like Cusick at least is looking to buy up. Maybe the rest
Yeah, they might
as well.
even make him a hero AK potentially.
Yeah.
It's something that Spirit Academy do like to do quite a lot, and it seems like that is the case. Yeah, Kaisuke, hero AK. Rest of the team, just the pistols for them. That's actually been a play that they've been rolling quite a bit. And, you know, at this point, why not take a risk? You got nothing really else to lose. 10-5. Ex-Aurora getting closer and closer now.
So where is that hero AK gonna head? Currently sitting in middle. Slowly taking a bit of space, hoping to perhaps go for the split on A. For the time being, they're being installed. Re-smoke up on Palace. It's gonna waste a lot of time for Spirit Academy. They kind of just have to burst on through. There's no utility to back them up. It's the firepower that they have to rely on.
Oh well, Typho, he just running down Kenzie there. The barrel betrayed him a little bit. Eagle on Mokajin makes his presence known, but he's unable to win the fight just yet. Grix will deliver. Even still, Spirit Academy are making something of this. Patsy overlooks a crucial angle. Robbo, he'll miss the jump. Grig's got to hit a hard shot. There's the first. Can't get the second, but Norvi is in a good spot. The only issue, he's got an MP9. If you had a rifle, you really feel like you'd have a chance here. That's unfortunate. Gets spotted up by the CT player. Robbo sees him off. Spirit Academy, stay alive.
Very much needed round there. And I mean, to do it off the back of that very relatively minimal buy must be a great confidence boost. But they are not there just yet. There's enough money here for ex-Aurora to buy again. Now the banks right now are empty, so if Spirit Academy convert, that definitely is going to sting a bit. And it could all shift the momentum up its head again. But that is a what-if scenario. Gotta wait and see if Spirit Academy can make that happen. So far, maybe a bit of a different approach. We've seen a more heavy A-lean. Currently, majority of the players here are waiting at apartments, and so far the first one dealt with.
Okay. Open on towards Cypher's big. Alcon trying to make a move through short, and he actually is going to be given that luxury. Nobody holding for this. At least for now, we're grouping up for what is going to be a B here. Just whether they clear Patsy, not well enough. 1.5 kills for him. A lot of damage done on towards Robbo. Alcarin also tagged at the same time that Robbo falls. That's going to make matters all the more harder. Mokajin going to get out and does well in no man's land. I don't know what Norvi was doing. He gives over an easy second over towards Mokajin. Chaos as Alcarin hits their shot there, and it's all down to Clax, who's coming through apartments in a 1 versus 2. They are both tagged, but this is brutally chaotic. Clax, I don't think was spotted there, but Alcarin will see him off. How? That's a 2v4 that ex-Aurora have just lost. This is what I was saying. They seem to just mentally shut down when they get close to winning.
Oh, I mean, this is honestly kind of what happened to Aurora back in that previous best of 3. They already faced each other before, but back then they couldn't quite get the job done. They choked a bit. Like, I thought they had the upper hand, and it completely shifted in favor of Spirit Academy. Now, that same thing could be happening here. At least for now, the banks are empty. Gonna have to do with their pistols and a stack here on A. Gonna be running on through, and I mean, they hear that. But what is the plan here? They kind of stuck on middle. Okay, there we go. They end up going to short, smoke off that cross. And Robbo then maybe the one to see if you can catch some of these strays.
Well. Oh, Robbo finds Norvi. Just making sure that this round has Nothing behind it. Robostill's just sticking around. Needs to be a little careful. Could actually get spammed a bit with the wood. One spot at top stairs. Kaisuke going to smoke in towards jungle. So only really 2 angles that they need to then be careful of. He wants to get these eco kills. I don't blame him, if I'm being honest. It's bolstered the stats a little bit. He's run low on ammo. Patty going to find one of his own. So they're still trying to make this somewhat expensive. The hunt call is working out wonderfully. Griggs looking for a knife. Never going to happen. 10-8. 2-round game.
Yeah, right now it's also the fashion in which they're winning. Obviously, you know, that was a minimal buy for ex-Aurora, but surviving with the majority of the players in this phase of the game is really nice for your economy. And really to boost that Spirit Academy need. Now, still lead here for ex-Aurora, and if they can strike back right now, that would be the perfect moment to do so. To still get it over the line. But Spirit Academy, they want to fight. They want to have it in their hands. Now Corinne all the way out in middle already. Oh. Well, that's a little information obtained. Gun barrel sticking out. And now you're burning alive. Into the barbecue you will go. But Kenzie. Alright. Kenzie is still alive and kicking. Nope, never mind. Nade will become the better of him. And what's up with all these nades? It is a Molotov.
Oh,
it's an incendiary. It's a nade. You name it. It is all there.
This is chaos. But, you know, a very positive fashion for Spirit Academy is that their numbers advantage. And you can see ex-Aurora just questioning where this is going to go. It is, unfortunately, just going to have to be a save call for ex-Aurora. You don't have the money long-term to be giving this a go, and they've gambled the A side. It's not worked out for them, so it's a 1-round game now. 10-9. Once this bomb eventually goes down, ex-Aurora have fallen unbelievably flat. This is dicey. Yeah, 10-5 up, and you've just completely fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah, you just gotta save because the money is just not there. And honestly, now would be a good time for a timeout. Like, this is kind of getting out of hand, spiraling out of control. And not in the good way, because there was the massive lead, like doubling the scoreline of Spirit Academy. And you blink and they almost equal it out again. Winning now 4 back-to-back rounds. Looking for a 5th.
Well, second tag timeout. Used it. And sort of where we're at. I gotta say, for Aurora, or ex-Aurora, this is a, you know, really hard conversation that they're kind of currently in, where everything you're trying, the sort of proactive and aggressive CT plays are falling really flat. You're trying to anchor towards the sites. Again, not a huge amount on offer. So, yeah, it's tough. It's really difficult. This tag pause has got to be something pretty special. Of course, at least with a buy behind it, you know, Griggs and towards an AWP, that's always going to help. FAMAS, triple M4. But you lose this. Not only do you lose the lead, you basically give it over towards Spirit Academy.
Oh, it's a nice nade. Half HP down on Robo. But so far, Spirit Academy do not move. Only sign they are showing is that single smoke. With no smoked off. Just waiting for responses. Finding and gathering information. Now there's a player over towards short. By how that smoke was thrown. Still, it's an incredibly slow round here. Not really wanting to maybe make the first move.
can really see just how nervy both sides are. Right? I think they're so tentative. They realize how important the kind of spot they're in. I mean, obviously, this is to keep them alive in ECL too, right? So they can't afford to make mistakes.
All right, clearing out the ladder. So now they got mid control. Onto Shord. And they're actually going into the site where the most players are at. But so far, they deal with it pretty nicely. But strikes do happen back. Norway on the back of the side, still alive and kicking. Not for that much longer. But at the end of the day, it's 15 seconds on the clock. There's enough stalling happening. And Klex now with a very crucial kill. Cypher at least able to get the bomb planted. And it's not going to be enough. Klex again. The hero in a lot of these clutch rounds will break the streak of Spirit Academy and will march on to 11.
Oh my god, this is... It's still so chaotic, and it doesn't fill you with joy the way in which ex-Aurora are finding these rounds, but I guess ultimately all that matters is they are finding the rounds, right? And that's all that they'll care about too. It's... Yeah, it's... ugly the way in which it's happening, but you'll take whatever you can get, I think is sort of the main thing. So 11-9, 2 rounds there, 2 rounds away. And again, like we said, it really does feel like it's now or never position. Spirit Academy, of course, even if they were to lose this round, they still would have money left over, but if your opponent be a map and series point, mentally that put you in such a tough spot. Robbo trying to play through this smoke. He's a double stack here. It's an interesting call by Robbo to send himself in for no real gain there.
No, now the rest of the team stalled. The plan kind of already revealed. I mean, there's good damage and eventually enough to catch Norway off guard and Patsy to follow it up. Oh. Actually, Clack sort of stuck behind triple. But 2 players still very, very low on Spirit. Enough there to deal with the first. Not going to be enough to stop their bomb plan. The CTs are incredibly low. That is a lovely Kobe. And now only Mokajin left to deal with. So far, not really accounting for his angle. Oh, and the timing with that is perfect. Information obtained now. Molotov is not going to be stopping him, but the bullet certainly will. Oh, lovely crouch. But again, it's all coming down to the wire, but it's enough to get to series point here. It is ex-Aurora marching to 12.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter how you get there. All that matters is you do, right? And it's 12-9 now. Map and series point. Inching closer and closer, and Spirit Academy, it really feels like they've run out of ideas. I mean, you can even see with Robbo's push there, it was a really questionable choice to say the least, and it just feels like that's desperation starting to really kick in. Oh. Let's see, have they got anything left in the locker? Robbo, I was going to really try and call them out of a pretty deep hole here.
All time is going to be everything here. Oh, missed shot. Could potentially cost them. Because look at this. They're going to run down B, and B is pretty damn empty right now. But Patsy, oh wait, hold on. They catch 2 players on the way to the site. It's not going to be enough, I think, here to stop that bomb from being planted, but it certainly will increase their favors into heading into this retake.
All right, Arkaran. Head over towards that short smoke, blows it open, hits the shot onto Norby behind. That was really well done. Axel drop a smoke of his own and a nade to blow open the one in front. He can't find anything behind it. And I think that will be that. Alcaran's 2 big kills in the post plot do all the work required to Spirit Academy stay alive, and they're not dead just yet. And Mokajin making sure of that as he hunts on the way out.
I have to admit, though, ex-Aurora felt a bit... Like, they weren't almost certain if they wanted to go for that reset. Like, a couple of players stayed kind of back, and it ended up in a bit of an awkward situation with, you know, one player kind of going in solo in that retake, losing his life, and then the numbers getting more dire. So I felt that lacked a bit of team effort into the retake. Maybe, again, decision-making. Some players maybe wanted to go for it, maybe see if they could get an entry and then work off of that. But with a player advantage, I would have liked to see a bit of a different approach. So we've landed ourselves in very scary territory now, because ex-Aurora bangs are empty. It's only Kenzie who has enough funds to grant himself a hero AK. But this could be potentially Spirit Academy marching onto 11, and then who knows, OT could be awaiting us.
Yeah, true. It's a round game and a quick take towards the A site. Of course, only the one AK to work with in this one, so expectations are always going to be very tempered here. We're going to go for a CT play, and, you know, probably a pretty classic late round, try and get a couple of guns. I doubt anything's going to happen in terms of a round. Of course, Kenzie does have a kit, but doesn't look like he wants to commit to a fight by any means. I think that is the smart call. Keep hold of the AK, but you can maybe send the USPs in at the end, see if they can either A, keep people close enough that they go down to the bomb. Again, he does get his kill. He takes a lot of damage, and down goes Clack. They know that Kenzie is just going to get out of there. Greeks could potentially find something with a 5-7. He would love a gun at the end here. Okajin, I don't think he's going to be able to find him. Z, no, damage on towards, but not enough for the kill. So 1 round game. It's the final round here of regulation.
One more round, and either we end up going into overtime, or we have ourselves a winner heading into playoffs. Hanging on by a thread here, ex-Aurora, because this feels like a bit of a repeat, like last time where they were actually able to close it down in regulation and they couldn't. With Spirit Academy, then they're running away with it in overtime. But of course, they are fighting too. This is their shot of staying in the game.
Oh, well. Now or never, isn't it? Thankfully, we do have the AWP in play for Grix. That's the big one. Daisuke, he still remained kind of quiet by his standards, in all fairness, but all that matters right now is who comes alive in this round. Ex-Aurora. A pretty standard default setup for them. 2 towards A, 2 in towards mid, 1 anchoring B. It's the AWP as well. Grix over there. They might even, as mid starts to get lost and they're going to, fight for it momentarily, they might even try and sort of drag Grix over. Kenzie, hello. He's fallen asleep at the wheel. Cypher just ran straight up in front of him. I think that comes through. Looking for the kill. The last bullets from Clax will get one, but he's traded out. Patsy gets one of his own as well. That's important. Swing and a miss. And it looks like overtime going to be required here. Grix would need something miraculous.
1v3. Not impossible, but a lack of util to kind of isolate these fires is going to be tough. He knows one is coming in behind him. Oh, and he has escaped as well. That's going to eat so much time away of that timer. Gotta wrap around. Spots him, but it's only a leg shot, and overtime is here. As you can see, scoreboard is somewhat even. Kuzuki is still on top of the board for Spirit Academy, 18. Oh, actually, no, excuse me, it's Alcarin, 19 kills. Close, though. It's pretty even at the top of the board. Also 19 and 20 kills on the other side. But ex-Aurora couldn't quite do it. Now they got to do it in overtime.
It'll be tough, to say the least. Really feels like ex-Aurora have missed out on some, prime opportunities to close out. this series. I mean, look where they're at now. 12-all. And Spirit Academy do look like the side that are fired up and on track here. Of course, like we mentioned, this is to stay alive in ECL. Lose this and you are eliminated. So both of these sides are finding their form. Grix opens things up with the first one towards Mokajin. Great work for him. Kenzie should have had a freebie. And again, sort of falls a little bit asleep. Down goes Grix as well. So bomb will be planted. This should be Spirit Academy's round.
It's all going very, very fast again. Honestly, I don't see a way in for them. Oh, especially not now. Norway falls. At least they can hopefully save the orb. Try to escape. It's not going to come easy. Klax even gets hunted down. Uh-oh. Oh, well. Eye for an eye, it seems. Can pick up that orb. And with that, Spirit Academy just march on. Continue to really punch ex-Aurora in the face a bit here. Because the momentum has completely shifted. We all thought ex-Aurora had it in the bag. But it's not gonna come easy.
There's just nothing on offer, really. And unfortunately, ex-Aurora continue looking flat and continue looking uninspiring. Let's see, but Kaisuke looking towards under. Not a huge amount sort of offering up there. It's a slow round that Spirit Academy are so commonly sort of playing with here. They don't offer up loads in the early part, and they just wait to see what the reaction looks like for ex-Aurora, and then they start to move themselves. But the one thing they've always been going for is, obviously, mid-control has been so important.
At the same time, though, with all this focus up on middle, actually they lose a player up on mid, as it is Cypher who was lurking about. And now the smokes are up, the walls are there, a little spam through to deal with maybe Palace. But at the same time they get hurt, Nate's fly across, and now a bomb planted is another very large wall you have to try and burst yourself through. And the numbers get more dire by the second. Maybe that could be a way in. A nice kill from Klax. Deals with the flank as well. But the time still continues to tick.
Oh, Norvi, quick for two, and Norvi pulls out a pistol for the third. Enough time for the defuse as well. Finally, a round for Aurora. Better than nothing. And they finally just show us that they got something up their sleeve.
It's exactly what we needed to see. Finally a bounce back. And actually, really, the individual stepping up there. That was really well done because, again, it looked very, very tough to pull through with all that util lined up. A lot of chaos, like we've seen in a couple of rounds before. And often ex-Aurora would be a bit indecisive, but now they stepped up. And how will ex-Aurora deal with this one? Ideally want to find a conversion, find a way to really ground yourself here in this overtime. And this could be it. Grix with a very nice opener. Spots even more. So, information is certainly up. You can immediately see ex-Aurora shifting into middle, but Patsy get caught and now Klex as well. Within seconds, the numbers are not looking great. It's just Grix now. He needs to clutch this one out big time. Needs to ace.
Unlikely, to say the least. No scope, not going to connect either at the half. Spirit Academy with the ever so slight lead, 14-13, but it's enough to keep reinstilling the confidence within them. They have looked like the better side for the bulk of these last sort of few rounds, and again, a tough old predicament that we're in. I'm worried. Again, ex-Aurora, I keep saying it, but it does feel like they are losing so much of that control, and it does feel like they're just not looking inspiring as they were in the start of this map, and when it's mattering most as well. This is a side, of course, want to stay alive and towards ECL, making their way towards playoffs. Missed shot by Grix, and that actually cost Norby his life.
Yeah, not the best start, and that happens all within the first couple seconds of the round. So how do you find a way back in? Everyone currently a bit scattered across the map. Ideally hoping for, I think, a split. You have the player with the bomb up in ramp. Potential for Klax here to be that surprise factor in Palace like we've seen before. The timing is going to be everything. Patty just scouting. Klax will strike. And now they need to play off of that. Need to play together. Overwhelm those up on the side. But Robo is still standing. It could be still accounting for a couple of more of these players. Oh, you missed a lot of noise.
He heard so much sound there, so that was a bit of an easy one to work with. Cypher should get a freebie here, though. Kenzie should fall, and he does. He was already low, so it kind of felt like he was guaranteed. But now Cypher, he's a known quantity. This feels unlikely. They haven't played together, though. He's found Grix. He's looking for another kill. He can't quite get it. Ex-Aurora, as Klax comes diving in, will deliver. And we're tied again, 14 apiece.
And it just keeps going. And honestly, I don't really know whose side the momentum even is on. It's very back and forth. And it's honestly who has the longest breath here, who can find consecutive rounds. That's going to be the winning factor. Both teams would honestly fit really well into those playoffs. There's only spot for one.
Oh, well. 2 consecutive rounds required to close it now. Nade going to bank over towards Firebox. Smokaging going to try and play up close as well. There's a player lurking in the smoke. He spotted the CT player. He also spotted the bench player too, but it will not keep him alive. Robbo still spams on towards Klax. The numbers kept and doubled down by Spirit Academy. Good spot for them, but then Kenzie's in the back lines. Catches Sypho, and round still on here. The bomb's rotating over towards B. Robbo could cut it off, actually. So maybe the bomb isn't going to rotate over towards B. It's trying to go all the way. Norby, it's whether he can actually win out this fight here. Robbo has the angle.
Oh!
That turn is bad. That is unfortunate timing.
Oh, that is very, very rough. Again, he didn't know he didn't cross yet, so he checks it once. He then looks into apartments because he hasn't cleared that, and then the timing just hits. Unfortunate, but the round is not done just yet. But Kenzie makes it just slightly more advantageous in favor of ex-Aurora. Kenzie has been tagged. It's just Alcarin now. Star player, but not going to be the hero of this round. It's going to be 15 here for ex-Aurora. And they need one more. It's series point again for ex-Aurora. But this time only a single round to close it out.
Yeah. Oh, well. 15 to 14. Map and series point for Aurora. But they've been here before and they've been unable to close it out. So I'm not sort of fully convinced just yet. I felt like it, honestly, if we were in a spot where it was sitting here and it was Spirit Academy with map and series point, I'd actually be more convinced that they'd be able to do so. Well, we'll see. Pause to be taken, of course. Both sides get an extra attack pause. Well, we'll see here. Spirit Academy. Can you stay alive? Can they push it towards a double OT is the big question.
We're going to see another standoff. That is honestly my question, because we have seen them being bit more passive, a bit more scared because the tension rises so high between these two teams that you don't really dare to go in first to make the first mistake. At this moment, we do have Cypher very deeply pushed into apps, but the rest are heavy focus up on A site. And the smokes kind of leave them no choice but to leave middle open, but the early stages is looking good for Spirit Academy. 2 kills here are a fact. Maybe keen on getting more. Maybe an opportunity. Oh no, he's shoulder spotted. Oh man, and it is raining blue in the kill feed. It's just Klex left standing. And it's not going to happen. We are heading into overtime number 2.
Yeah, like I said, if it was Spirit Academy with map and series point, I believe. I have just zero faith in Aurora to close out this game. They just always seem to get this mental block. It is such a common thing with this ex-Aurora lineup, and it always seems to happen, and it's happening once again here. This is now the second chance that they've had to try and close out a game, and the second time that they've fallen completely flat. It's a brutal display, honestly. I mean, come back to the word uninspiring by ex-Aurora, because it just is the case. Like, they had zero game plan in that round. Off the back of a timeout as well, and plenty of time to talk about it. Nothing on offer. Brutal.
Oh. Man, that is rough. Instantly getting wiped out. Bullet to the face. And now Patsy found Norby found. Okay, maybe there's a way back in for Spirit Academy. Grix for the time being though says no. Wants to set foot up on this B-bomb site. Oh wow. The need. The smoke. Glex says hello. Really want to lock it in. Not gonna let this one slip away. And Team Spirit, they are left empty-handed for this round. And ex-Aurora, they fight back. But a round too late, perhaps.
Yeah, where was that last round? You know, that felt like it was formulated. Like I had an idea. Like there was, you know, some idea behind it. And everything else has been so flat. So where was that in towards the one that mattered? Tough to see. 16-15 regardless. Ex-Aurora take the slight lead. And look at this quick pace round into the meat grinder. AK scooped up as well. Markachin just gets gifted 2 free kills. And I mean, Ex-Aurora, that's a bold call.
Ex-Aurora have no choice but to slow it down a bit. Bomber's actually gonna group up. Hope that then maybe as a unit they can still find a way back in. But there's often these rounds where there's this awkward lead. It is so hard to get a grip on your round. Maybe this kill though. Grix will find the first. Mokujin is still alive and kicking though. Will be traded. But at least information noted and reinforcements have arrived. Kiyosaki here finds the ladder 2. And the round has been shut down. And back and forth we shall go.
Back and forth, 16 apiece. One of the... You have to, you know, be kind of frank here. The level of Counter-Strike actually has been quite low. If we're being quite frank, it's been, you know, pretty ugly as we've got further in towards this game because of, you know, how scrappy it's been and, yeah, how awkward it's sort of been to watch. And this is what we're seeing right now. Both sides really struggling to find consistency and the form obviously taking quite a big hit. Giving Spirit Academy, of course, the chance back into... I'll say it again, but if it's Spirit Academy on map and series point, I have belief. If it's Aurora, I don't, and it will be Spirit Academy who get 2 to start off this round.
Bullet to the face, and the bullying continues. The gap, the lead becomes bigger and bigger. Now, this is the last round. the half, so they kind of have to go for this. But how do you make this work? You've run out of util. You're stuck into mid, and there's CT simply everywhere.
Tapped down. Grix will fall, and so will Klax. Lead for Spirit Academy at the halfway point, but far from closing out this series just yet.
So what's gonna happen now? 16-17. Incredibly close. Both teams want to make it to playoffs so bad. A slither of hope, a little more for Spirit Academy. Maybe they will get the lead this time. Ex-Aurora can finish twice. And now a little step ahead for the T's.
Oh, wow. Spirit Academy. 2 more rounds. Magic number 19 is what we're looking for here. Have we got anything left in the locker? I can push that in towards mid, and the smoke comes down towards window. There's nothing really spotted. A top con player and a short player. Not a huge amount on offer in these early fights. Making sure it's obviously been of paramount importance to Spirit Academy throughout this map, and of course being their priority here. This looks like it wants to be a mid to B split of some sorts.
Sisley is aiming that way. Going to be smoking off window, flash as well, to at least gain ground in middle. They're actually abandoning apartments. Well, I'll say that now. This is looking a bit awkward again. I see that bomb running away. I see the bomb returning now. Maybe... I honestly don't really know what the plan is, but that is a kill granted. And an opening secured. Now, the mollies maybe are not going to be helping, but the kills certainly are. And they will end up trading Kenzie there as well. Oh, this makes it very difficult for Griggs to hang on as he gets swarmed from shore too. And it's just Klax now. 1v4, not going to happen. Just have to be patient. Have to grant them 18.
Yeah, honestly. Finally, though, map and series point Aurora. Aurora, Spirit Academy, I say. Like I said, it wasn't Aurora that I had faith in, but Spirit Academy, they've got that cutthroat nature about them. Klax's going to try and keep his M4 alive. It isn't going to be the case. So only the one casualty, too. Spirit Academy styling on them a little bit. Big position for the Spirit Academy side, and they are so close now. This style of play that they're working with as well is super effective so far. No need to change it. Don't give ex-Aurora any sort of chance back into this.
Oh, the spam upon Robo. It's dirty. But at the same time, the kill is heading the way of Spirit Academy. And look at the pace at which Kozak is going. He is not looking to stop. Yeah. He is hungry to eat them all up. Spirit Academy is looking to get this one over the line. And maybe this is exactly what they needed. We've been seeing these agonizingly slow rounds of both teams sort of losing confidence, not knowing what to do. And I guess picking up the pace, that is all that Spirit Academy needed to get it across. Double overtime, but they got it in the pocket. They are heading into the ECL playoffs.
Yeah, what a marathon of a series that was as well. Both sides play a gruelingly slow style of play, and they really take their sweet time on those seaside rounds. But in the end, it's Spirit Academy who come out on top. like I said, uninspiring stuff, unfortunately, from the ex-Aurora boys, and now they've got a while until next season to think about how to kind of recover. It wasn't the season for them, it's safe to say. Spirit Academy stay alive, though, in ECL, which is all that matters. But we've, of course, been on for plenty of enough time. There's more Counter-Strike to be brought throughout the evening with South America and North America, but for myself, Neokai, and Veerless, we are done here. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. Don't just stop it. Doing what you do. When I lay back, holding on to you. Feel like something new. Here on overload, all my body is for you to hold. Feel like something new, yeah. And I never thought that you got me wanting. Never thought that I'd be saying you feel more like a dream, yeah. You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. I feel like I'm in